meet Coach Terry Ruskowski as the Arrows battle the San Diego Gulls. You've beaten them 3 times this year, Coach, all in shootouts. How about doing it in regulation tonight?
Boy, that would really suit me fine. We've had a tough stretch here of a lot of games in a short period of time, and to go overtime wouldn't help the situation because we play again tomorrow night. So we like to have a game that preferably a non-contact game by them, and hopefully we can score some goals and have an easy game and be ready for tomorrow. But I'm sure that's not going to be the case tonight.
Well, I thought you always liked contact games. You're always preaching hit, and hit some more.
Well, I'm saying don't let them hit us. We hit them. You know, like the old saying, give and not receive. That's the type of game we need to have tonight, but I'm sure that's not going to be the case. They've got some players in there, one guy especially from sent down from Anaheim, which is a very talented player. He's played 2 games. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists, so he's an offensive threat that we have to be concerned about.
Talking about the offensive threats and the way this game might go, how about the power play? It's something you've been working on a lot. And it happens to be San Diego is last in the league in penalty killing.
You know, Russ, it's the funny, and I don't know if it's ironic or not, but we've been working lately more with our power play than we ever have before, and it's not working as it used to be. And it's just Scott Arniel being out of the lineup. That's a possibility. He's one of the guys that really we look to anchor our power play and to get it going and go in the right direction. But we just haven't been clicking. We've had the opportunities, but just have not been clicking. And hopefully tonight will be the time where we click.
I hope so. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thanks, Rob.
Arrows coach Terry Ruskowski, Arrows and San Diego Gulls. We'll have more for you here at the Summit. Stay with us on HSE.
Welcome to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. It's the Arrows and the San Diego Gulls, and we are set for a big contest. The Arrows trying to snap a 2-game losing skid. The San Diego Gulls 6-3-1 in their last 10. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the visiting San Diego Gulls. Starting at left wing, Denny Lambert at right wing, Mark Beaufait at center, Hubie McDonough. Defensively, the Gulls will line up actually with Barry Drager along with Dan Lambert, and then let's see, in goal, it'll be Bob Asenza. And Bob's numbers, of course, playing with the Winnipeg Jets and partially with the Detroit Red Wings. 3.31 goals against average, 24-20 and 4. For the Houston Arrows, Mike Yeo, Dave Tippett, Mark Fear with Steve Jakes, Oleg Shagarodsky, and in goal, Rob Dobson. Plays a lot better at home than he does on the road, and yet Troy Gamble conversely better on the road than at home, as the numbers indicate. So Dobson getting the call tonight. Now we're off the face-off and underway here from Houston. The puck shot down the ice, and we're going to get an icing call as Shagarodsky is back, and they'll bring the face-off back into San Diego territory. We played 17 seconds here in the first quarters.
Arrows about to start. In fact, they have started 17 seconds ago. A 4-game homestand. Very big homestand, too. The standings we showed you earlier and talked about earlier, second place, but only by 1 point over Atlanta. And just behind Atlanta, Kansas City. You can go from second to fourth place or from fourth to second on one night, the way the Central Division is shaping up. So 4 games at home with a little rest time and a little practice time. You got to make some hay.
Off the face-off, Arrows have it. Here's Yeo, a shot just going wide of the net. Shagarodsky's got a left point, steered it down. Yeo trying to chop it on the boards. Now Yeo's got it. What a game he had last night on this line. Yeo trying to flip it out in front and roll off his stick. Drager trying to clear for San Diego. Gulls are back. Beaufait slipped it out at center. Now the Arrows turn. Shagarodsky looped it back into San Diego territory, and Dan Lambert is back. Bangs it along the boards. Yeo trying to knock it free. It comes behind the net. Freer fighting for it with Dan Lambert. No relation between him and Denny Lambert. Here's the puck now for Mike Yeo. Jammed the puck down low. McDonough trying to steer it along the boards for Denny Lambert. He'll clear it to the line, not out. Held in by Jakes. Wine shoots a bouncing puck kicked away. Now Beaufait turns and lobbed it out at center. And here come the Gulls. McDonough across the line. McDonough moving in. Here's McDonough, but he lost the puck, and Tippett turns it around. Tippett now for the Arrows out at center. He tried to advance the puck to Freer, but it was knocked away. And we're going to get our first penalty of the night, and it's going to come to the San Diego Gulls. And it is going to be a slashing minor. Our referee tonight is Mike Lego. The linesmen are Frank Prestigiovanni and Sean Finn.
Now, as I mentioned to Terry Ruskowski earlier, San Diego is last in the league in penalty killing. I say I mentioned it to him. I'm sure he knows it. But he also made a very interesting point. The more we have worked on the power play, the worse it has gotten. It was more effective earlier than it has been as they have concentrated a lot on it. Let's hope that does not hold up. Good opportunity here for the Arrows to get an early lead in this game as the slashing penalty to Denny Lambert is called at 1 minute and 13 seconds here in the first period. No score at the Summit. The Arrows and the San Diego Gulls.
Hackborn, Chitteroni, Slivchenko with Ted Crowley and Oleg Shagarovsky. Of course, if you're wondering where Freer, Tippett, and Harkins are, they were just out there, so they need a little bit of a breather. I'm sure they'll come out for the second half of the power play. Just underway here from the Summit, no score. Arrows have the puck off the draw. Crowley sends it back into his own zone as Shagarovsky now will break it out on the forecheck of Ron Wilson. Here come the Arrows now, right to left. The pass at center. Here is Hackborn streaking down the right side, and the Arrows were offsides. Chitteroni got in a little early, and then as he tried to come back on sides, he was pounded by one of the Gulls, and he's a little slow to get up. 1.5 played here in the first. Arrows have 1:45 left on the power play.
See Mario Chitteroni grabbing his neck. Well, he really did get pounded. He slips over the line as he tries to get back. Oh, he got hit by his own player, didn't he?
Slivchenko.
He got spun around, and then his neck was just kind of out there as Slivchenko skated by and caught a piece of it. So that makes it even worse when your own guy's doing it to you.
Puck shot into San Diego territory. Van Impe trying to clear. Shagarovsky couldn't hold it in. Back at center. Oleg with it now. Oleg turning at his own blue line. Handed over to Ted Crowley, drifting back in behind the cage, and now starts out with it. Arrows moving up ice with 1.5 minutes on the power play. Crowley shoots it into San Diego territory. Puck to the near side. Picked up by Wilson. Cleared to the line. Out at center. Back down the ice it goes.
We showed our HSE viewers a moment ago. The graphic will remind you the Arrows have been stung quite a few times while on the power play. 13 shorthanded goals they've allowed.
Leads the IHL. Here is Todd Harkins now. He's out there. Harkins pulls up left side, getting set. Back to the line for Shagarovsky. Rolled it down. Chitteroni trying to center the puck. Here is Slivchenko. Right wing boards back. Crowley, a one-time shot. Ooh, almost batted down by Chitteroni. And I was going to wonder if they're going to call it with a high stick. Chitteroni doesn't like to call. More importantly, because now the faceoff goes all the way back down in your own end with 17.5 to go in the first. No score. 52 seconds remaining in the Denny Lambert minor.
What a good drive by Mario Chitteroni. He took that out of mid-air and knocked it down at least low enough that if it had been on goal, it would have gone in. But getting the stick up there above the shoulder, and the call was made, and probably rightly so. Shot from the point by Crowley, and is it? Oh no, I don't know. That looks like it was not a good call. He had the stick up beneath the shoulder. Mario, I think you're right, buddy. I think you're right. I think they made a bad call on you.
Face off in the circle to the right side of Rob Dobson. No score, no shots on goal as of yet. Harkins is out there now to take the draw with Mike Maurice and Graham Townsend. Dropping the puck. Gulls have it, but it's tipped away, and the Arrows come to center ice. Here is Maurice through the neutral zone across the line. Maurice looking for Townsend. Now pulls up. He's got it now. Maurice setting up right point, trying to move it down. It was chipped away by Ron Wilson. He'll clear it out at center. Tell you what, one thing about Ron Wilson, he might be 38, but he skates like he's 18.
Well, a great poke check right there to break up the play right at the blue line.
Now the puck into San Diego Gull territory. Gulls have it. McDonough trying to sweep it along the boards. Picked up by Maurice. Arrows move it now with 22 on the power play. Maurice bumped off the puck by Danny Lambert. Gripped by Harkins. Now Harkins in the corner. Watched by Lambert. Harkins back to the line. Here is Grant. Wide shoots. Right on to Senja. Makes the save, and he's down and covering up with 3 minutes gone in the first and no score.
That is probably the first shot on goal in the hockey game. Comes on the power play about 1 minute and 53 into the power play. The Arrows just unable really to get the power play set up. Finally they do, and Harkins drops it back to the point. Kevin Grant moves in a couple of steps and sends it hard and low along the ice. Nicely done by Kevin Grant. Gave it the opportunity that maybe someone would deflect it by Asensa. Nobody did, but the first good scoring chance for the Arrows on this power play.
Face off in the circle to the left side of Bob Asensa. Freer with Tippett and Yo. We'll hopefully get a chance to tell you the story about Mike Yo. He is looking very good with his first line. Puck is in San Diego territory. Penalty over. Teams at 5 aside. John Lilly now. Lilly brings it out at center ice. Lilly through the neutral zone across the line. Lilly moving down the right wing. Getting set up. Lilly centered. Oh, down yards, and the Arrows trying to dig it out. Dave Tippett trying to clear. Tippett moves up to center for Freer. He's bumped off the puck. Here is Jason Marshall in his own zone for San Diego to Valeri Karpov. Turns it out at center. Pass picked up by Clark Donatelli. Booms one into Arrow territory. Wide of the net it comes. Knocked down by Dobson. Here is Ted Crowley, and the Arrows will move it from right to left. Crowley, a pass at center for Dave Tippett. He'll turn it over to the left side. Yo across the line and shoots, and a stick save made by Asenza. And the Gulls will hammer it down the ice. Will it be enough for icing? Yes, it will. And the Arrows touch icing. Timeout. 4 minutes played in the first. No score. We're back.
No score. 15:52 to play in the first period. The hat trick for Rob Dobson. Here comes the first one. Here comes the second two. And then the third one. Karpov goes glove side. Oh, he gets the glove out there and he knocks it away. Great goaltending by Rob Dobson. Still a scoreless game. 15:52 to play in the first. Russ Small along with the voice of the Arrows, Adam Gordon.
Face off to the left of Bob Asenza, Hackborn, Chitteroni, Slivchenko with Jackson Shagarodsky. Gulls win the draw. Here is Barry Dreger. Turns one to DePalma near side. DePalma trying to clear, knocked away by Chitteroni. Mario trying to center one, it got by Hackborn. And the Gulls trying to clear it. Todd Gillingham out at center, and it's picked up by Larry DePalma. He lost it, but got it back. DePalma now down the left side across the line. DePalma getting set, handed to Ron Wilson. Wilson skating left side, wide, shoots, deflected, just wide of the net. Now the puck to the near side. Here is Chitteroni moving in left wing. A cross-ice pass intercepted by Dreger, turned up for Gillingham. He's pounded along the boards by Steve Jakes. Some good physical play here in the early going. We talked about Terry Wiskowski saying, I want to see my guys hit. Well, he's at least getting that here. Now we've got Todd Gillingham and Steve Jakes going at it. Gillingham took exception to Steve Jakes pounding him, and then Jakes comes in after him. Gillingham kind of went after Jakes, and when Jakes said, okay, you want to go, let's go, and Gillingham kind of backed off a little bit.
Gillingham thought it was over when Jakes thought it was just starting, and he caught him with a right and now a left, and Gillingham is pretty soon going to be imploring the linesman to step in and get me out of this mess.
6'2", 202 is Gillingham, but I think Jakes just chopped him down to 2'6".
Yeah, he certainly did.
He took exception to what I thought was a clean hit by Steve Jakes.
Well, and it was an odd little skirmish as Gillingham threw a couple of shots and looked like Jakes was just going to let him go by himself. And then finally, Jake said, all right, if you want me, you got me. And Gillingham is still trying to get him. Jakes hasn't even dropped the stick or dropped the gloves. Gillingham still wants to go. Finally, he drops it, gets him with a quick right that Gillingham never saw coming. There's another uppercut and an overcut and a side cut. And Terry Wiskowski loves it. Hey, does he love that, huh? He was one of the toughest of the tough when he played here and helped lead the Arrows to the AFCO Trophy back in '75. And he was a tough middleweight in the National Hockey League, and he loves to see his little guys play tough.
I'll tell you a funny story about Terry Wiskowski last night. We were playing, of course, in Atlanta, and they've got Gerard Gallant. Well, this is a guy that fought Terry Wiskowski twice. And Terry says to me, he says, Adam, this is a guy that really gave me all I could handle twice, because once I was late in a shift, and the other I already had 2 fights. So I got my third one, I was kicked out, so he really didn't get the best of me, or I didn't give him my best. He said, I see if one of my guys can take care of him last night. Never really happened, but you don't think that they don't forget even after all these years.
Yeah, really.
All right, we're back to action here. Arrows have the puck. Todd Harkins rolled it back to Shagarodsky behind the cage, and he'll start it from right to left. Shagarodsky to Maurice, of course, just matching Majors to Jakes and to Gillingham. No loss in manpower. We're 5 aside. Here's Larry DePalma through the neutral zone across the Arrow blue line. Here, move down the right side. DePalma trying to cut in. He got by Grant. Looks in front of backhander, knocked away, and it's picked up by the Arrows. Graham Townsend rocks the center. Now here is Harkins moving down the off wing, moves in, centered. Here's the shot. Oh, great save by Asenza as Mike Maurice came smoking down the middle, and Asenza makes a marvelous pad save. Now the Gulls come the other way. Maxime Betts cocked it up. Here come the Arrows the other way. Maurice across the line. Maurice trying to move in. It was chipped away, and it's cleared by San Diego out at center. Arrows are back. Curtis Hunt at his own blue line. Pass to the right side for Kevin Grant. Booms it into Houston, or into San Diego territory. Here is Denny Lambert, and the San Diego Gulls have got it out at center. Now Crowley booms it into Gull territory. Freer looped it down. Malkunas goes in after it. Bob Essensa played it out of the nets, and now it is Huey McDonough. Pass at center ice. Here come the San Diego Gulls. Buffet across the line. Buffet trying to center, was popped away by Crowley. Escorts to center. Malkunas ripped it in. A stick save made by Essensa, and the Gulls clear it at center. Great action here in the opening period. No score in the hockey game. 13:40 to play here in the first. San Diego with the puck in their own zone. Mark Buffet, a pass got by McDonough, but Denny Lambert's got it across the line. Dumped it in. Rejected out of there though by Crowley, but the Gulls shoot it right back in. It was Dan Lambert. Now the Arrows have got it in their own zone. Ted Crowley behind the cage with 13:22 to go in the first. No score. Crowley, a pass to Freer, moving down the right side, trying to move it out at center. He brings it 3-on-2 now across the line for Yo, but McDonough joins the rush, and the Gulls are able to clear it, but not out. Here's Crowley, top of the slot, rolled it left side for Vadim Slivchenko, behind the net for Freer, battling with Lambert, centered. Slivchenko a one-timer, and he didn't get good one on the shot, and it went wide. Now the Gulls at center. McDonough across the line. McDonough trying to make his move, was stripped away, and now Rob Robinson goes in the corner, shouldered by McDonough along the boards. It's clear to the line, not out, held in by John Lilly. Arrows fighting for it. Robinson, he's got it out at center to Chitteroni. Now the Arrows have a 3-on-2. Freer across the line. Freer cutting in, shooting. Oh, and a blocker save made by Essensa. It looked like Bob might have been leading a bit to his left when the shot came to the right side. Now the puck into San Diego territory. Pat Neaton, he'll turn behind the net, moving out from left to right. What great action end-to-end here in this hockey game compared to last night where most of the game was played between the blue lines. Lilly, a pass at center to Pat Neaton, having a little trouble with it. It's turned over, and now Slivchenko. A couple of guys to beat. Vadim turning, and he's knocked off the puck by Pat Neaton. Gulls trying to get it out of there. It came out at center, but the Arrows are back. Len Hackborn waits for the teammates to get onside, and then launches an 8-iron way over the net. It's picked up by the Gulls, and here is Jason Marshall. Flipped it up to Valeri Karpov. Now Clark Donatelli to center ice for John Lilly. Hits the line. Lilly, wide, shoots. Just going wide of the net. And now Slivchenko's got it. Vadim charging down the right side. Can't bring it in, but here is a chance. Chitteruni a drive and a left pad save made by Essensa. Now the puck at center. Lilly, a man to beat. Chargorodsky. Lilly hits the line, cuts into the slot. Now centered it. It was kicked away by Crowley. Arrows turn, and it's cleared at center. Here come the Arrows the other way. Back and forth we go. Here is Chargorodsky. Makes the move. Now getting set. Can't center the puck as he was bumped by Barry Drager. Gulls clear it. And right now, end-to-end action, Russ.
It's terrific. I mean, it really is action. Not just end-to-end, Adam, but end-to-end action is right.
A lot of hitting going on, but a lot of great skating as well. Here's a puck that's centered, going just wide. Townsend couldn't quite come up with it. Larry DePalma romping through the neutral zone. Here is DePalma across the line. DePalma trying to make his move. He's locked up by Kevin Grant. Curtis Hunt rides into play to the line and out at center. Barry Drager turns, flipped it into Arrow territory. The Gulls have to get back on sides, as it's played now by Houston. Kevin Grant, center ice, Todd Harkins. Lost the puck. Betts turns it around for San Diego. Give it to Ron Wilson, left side. Wilson circles back, getting set. Ron Wilson had it knocked away by Curtis Hunt, and now it is picked up by Townsend. Off skates, and DePalma is there, and the Arrows are out of ice. Wilson's in alone. Wilson, score! Ron Wilson, and it's a 1-0 goal lead.
Terrific play by Wilson. Dobson makes the first stop. Wilson gets spun around, spins to the backhand side, and knows about all he can do is just try to fling it towards the goal, and fling it he did. The Kevin Grant fell at the blue line. The Arrows got caught up. Good job by the Gulls to get it in. The one shot is knocked away. Watch his backhand. All he can do is fire it quick, and what a perfect backhander it was to the short side, and 1-0 in favor of the San Diego Gulls. Terrific backhander.
San Diego Gulls.
13th of the year for Ron Wilson. Larry DePalma gets the only assist, and it's 1-0 San Diego. Here come the Gulls again. Maxime Betts now brings it up ice. Here's Wilson again, right side, centered, but it was blocked by Crowley. Now worked out to the right side. Tippett trying to move it up ice. He is checked by Darren Van Imp. Van Imp took it away and worked it right back into Arrow territory. Here's Ted Crowley now for the Arrows. Banked it along the boards. Robinson turning. He'll chip it near side. Yo can't clear. Van Imp right point shot deflected away, and now the Arrows are back. Robinson with 10 minutes to go in the first. San Diego leads at 1-0. Freer. shot it at center ice. It goes back to Danny Lambert. He cleared it at center, but the Arrows are there to pound it into San Diego territory. Gulls have got it. Denny Lambert to Van Imp. Worked it to Dan Lambert. And out at center come the Gulls. Lambert shoots it into Arrow territory. Back is Chitteroni. He skates up ice now. Chitteroni galloping down the right side. Lost an edge, went down, and it's back into Houston Arrow territory. Here is Shagarodsky. A pass, Hackborn. Worked it up to Slipchenko, trying to clear it along the boards. Here come the San Diego Gulls, Dan Lambert, but now Shagarodsky's got it. Oleg Shagarodsky will move the puck from right to left as soon as he can bust it out. Shagarodsky carries along. Now didn't like the way it was turning, so he'll seek refuge behind the net again.
San Diego's forechecking very well at him. Their best chances, as just now they took it away, have come by taking the puck away from the on-rushing Arrows.
They line up in that neutral zone trap, but the Arrows break it now, but Kevin Grant couldn't get a shot away. That neutral zone trap really wreaks havoc. If you can't break it out, you're usually going to turn it over. Now the Gulls come back. Mark Buffet centered. Dobson, I think, got a piece of it. The net becomes dislodged, and we get a whistle as play is halted. We'll take a timeout. 8:44 to go here in the first. The Gulls lead it 1-0. Welcome back to the Summit, everybody. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. We've got 8:44 left to play in this first period. San Diego leading by a score of 1-0. Other games we're watching tonight. Chicago is at Cincinnati, Detroit at Cleveland, Peoria at Indianapolis, Minnesota is at Kansas City.
Well, let's fill some of the blanks in. Cincinnati leads Chicago 3-1. After one, it's Detroit leading Cleveland 3-1 in the second. The only blanks we can fill in for you at this moment, except it's 1-0 San Diego here over the Arrows.
Now Houston's got the puck. Here is Curtis Hunt, lobbed it into San Diego territory. Drager hustles, trying to clear. Malgunas bumps it, lost his stick, trying to kick it free, but it squirms to center. And here is Clark Donatelli across the line, shoots and whipped it way wide of the net. That is Mike Maurice, a pass at center, and Harkins barreling down the left side across the line. Harkins right in on goal, but he was forced out by Drager. Centered one, but it came right to Clark Donatelli. Now in behind his net, rolls it along the boards, not out. It's picked up by Donatelli, though, and now it is John Lilly. Turns it up the left side. Here is Valeri Karpov trying to center for Donatelli. Watched by Curtis Hunt. Arrows, Curtis Hunt's going to get nailed for a penalty here as he got the stick a little high on Donatelli, and it'll be a hook. And we'll take another timeout. We'll be right back after this. 1-0 San Diego.
San Diego leads Houston 1-0 here at the Summit. Curtis Hunt going out for hooking. That brings us to the high-low rule book. We check out that penalty call from the high-low rule book when a player uses his stick or blade to hook an opponent. That's just what Curtis Hunt did, so it's a San Diego power play.
On the first power play of the night, San Diego's got it along the boards left side. Here is Mark Buffet, cuts it down low. It was centered in. Thompson's there to sweep it up and hold on. 1:49 left in the penalty to Curtis Hunt. 7:46 to play here in the first, and the Gulls leading by a score of 1-0. Ron Wilson getting his 13th of the year.
You know, the Arrows have beaten the Gulls 3 times this year, and in each of those 3 occasions, they did so in a shootout. So if that's any indication as to what we might be headed for tonight, well, I'm just telling you the facts. Right now, the fact is San Diego leads 1-0.
Face off. Controlled by the Gulls. Here is Darren Van Imp. Van Imp turns it now down the left side. Valeri Karpov, or make that Buffet rather, now cuts it down. Here is Lilly. Back to the line. Van Imp a drive, change direction. It's picked up along the boards. Gibby McDonough looking down low for Lilly. Fighting for it in there is Rob Robinson. And the puck swept away by Houston. And up ice they come. Here is Mark Fear with Dave Tippett. The Arrows across the San Diego blue line. That's turned around, and now it's Darren Van Imp for John Lilly through the neutral zone. Hooked away by Tippett, but brought in by Van Imp. Now Van Imp trying to center a pass. Instead it goes behind the net, and San Diego turns it on the power play, but it's knocked free by Robinson. Cleared to the line. Van Imp held it in. Now again behind. Kevin Grant unloading the boom on John Lilly. Big hit along the boards. Dan Lambert to Mark Buffet. Cuts it down low. Lilly. Center, but it's skipped over the stick, but Van Impe corrals to the line. Dan Lambert to Buffet, centered it again. Robinson cleared, rebound. Dobson stopped it. Loose puck in the slot. It's taken by Tippett, and he'll sweep it down the ice.
San Diego's done something here, Adam, that the Arrows could not do in their power play. They've gotten the puck in the zone, and they've got it set up to move around and find the open man. The Arrows weren't able to do that on their man advantage.
Now the puck by Karpov turned over, and the Arrows able to clear it. 6:20 to go in the first period. 1-0 San Diego. 20 seconds remaining on the power play. We get a two-line pass on San Diego. Face-off back in their own zone.
The key on the power play, of course, is to find the open man. Move the puck around quickly enough that you avoid the defensive shift. And through most of this power play, there you see the Gulls moving it around and around. Finally, they try that centering pass. They do get a shot off it. Dobson kicks out. It's something the Arrows were just not able to do when they had a power play earlier.
Face-off just inside the San Diego blue line. Ackborn, Chitteroni with Shagarodsky and Jakes. Drop of the puck. And the Gulls have got it. It's Valeri Karpov. Watch this kid wheel with it. And he'll give it over to Pat Neaton. He tries to set him up, and look what they do. Neaton at center. Ripped it into Arrow territory. Takes a weird hop to Karpov. Great save by Dobson. Oh, that puck made a quick change of direction. That meant Dobson had to make a quick change of mind, and he made the right choice. Now the penalty over teams at 5 aside. Here is Shagarodsky across the line. Pulls up, shoots. Great pin save, rebound. Oh, it was blocked. I think DePalma got in front of it before it made it into the goalie, Babacenta. Now at center. Here is Valeri Karpov across the Arrow line. Gives it Donatelli right in. Oh, Dobson, a lunging poke check. And it was turned around by the Arrows and cleared. Now it is Mike Yoda, Todd Harkins across the line. Harkins dropped it. One-time shot of Senza, left pad save. Jason Marshall rolled it along the boards. Here is Larry DePalma charging it center ice. Up along for Valeri Karpov. Karpov turning, but he's unloaded on by Crawley. Now on the boards, Donatelli coughed it up, and Harkins will come with a puck. Well, he was going to head up ice, then reversed it. To the near side, Curtis Hunt. 5:09 to go in the first period. San Diego 1-0 lead. Curtis Hunt a pass, misses everybody to go down into the goal zone. Barry Dreger now with 5 minutes to play. First period, Todd Gillingham rolled it up for Ron Wilson across the line, pulled up at the left point. Wilson trying to center, it was knocked away, and then Mike Maurice was belted right at the blue line by Dreger. Now the puck goes into Arrow territory, and now Robinson is back, pursued by Lambert, but it's clear to Mike Maurice. Center ice pass for Tippett. Trying to bring it up ice. He swept it into San Diego territory. Sends it out of the cage. He'll send it to the near side for Todd Gillingham. Quick pass. Picked up by the Gulls. Ron Wilson trying to split the defense. Not going to happen. Now Denny Lambert across the line. He's trying to move around Kevin Grant. He centered a pass. It goes over to Wilson. Left circle to try. Dobson got in front of that. And now Robinson cleared it out at center. Off to the races. Here's Malgunas. A man to beat Mark DeSantis. He tripped over the blue line just as he crossed the blue line. And now it's picked up by San Diego. Here is Ron Wilson across the line. Wilson trying to pull up into Mark Buffet. He was chopped down by Malgunas. Loose puck. Got it back. Buffet cutting right in on goal. Shoots! And a marvelous save made by Dobson. And he'll hold on. 3:56 to go in the first. The Gulls lead at 1-0. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. 3:56 left here in the first period. 1-0 San Diego.
Big opportunity a moment ago, just before the break. Buffet standing there just inside the blue line, and two Arrows skate in opposite directions. Neither one takes the man, neither one takes the puck. And he just takes it in and gets off a good shot.
Pocket center. And the Gulls, Dan Lambert shoots it into Arrow territory. Here is Kevin Grant from right to left. Grant. Move through the neutral zone. Grant with a puck still, trying to move the pass in for Chitteroni. That's popped away. Now the Gulls take over in their own zone. Dan Lambert, watched by Len Hackborn, who knocked it free, and the Arrows offsides. Now the faceoff comes back to center with 3.5 to play in the first. 1-0 the Gulls.
The Arrows have had a few good scoring chances here. We get a little bump. Mario Chitteroni, and who's he bumping with down there?
Denny Lambert.
Denny Lambert.
He's a tough customer too. I didn't see this. I was kind of watching away, and then all of a sudden,
Denny just kind of skated into him, gave him kind of a half-hearted cross check, just kind of knocked him in the chest. Been an interesting first period for Mario Chitteroni. He's got his own guys hitting him. He's got the other guys hitting him. Every time time he looks up, somebody's hitting him. No penalties called here. The Arrows have had some good chances on Bob Essensa, but he's a veteran goaltender with close to 300 National Hockey League games. I'm sure he'd like to get back in the NHL after, I think it's 294 career NHL games. He has one game under 500. I'm sure he'd like to get back up there, play a couple of games, get over 500, and be able to say he was a winning goaltender in the NHL.
Here is Oleg Shargorodsky, and the funny thing about him is he was always such a strong goalie in the IHL or in the NHL, and he was the difference for a Winnipeg team that never really had that much talent. Here is Graham Townsend trying to move it down. They had a lot of potential, just never really seemed to exploit it and get it going. Here's a puck now into San Diego territory. Harkins, the big drive, chipped way up and out of play with 3:04 to go.
Those the Dale Hawerchuk years.
Oh, even after that. I mean, he was even there when Timo Solani came in. You know, and difference.
Product of Michigan State University, which is always had terrific hockey, sent a lot of great players onto the pros, and he was brought back to that area with the Detroit Red Wings for a little bit. He's from Toronto, as I recall.
Face-off between Clark Donatelli and Len Hackborn. And a drop of the puck. Arrows have won it. Here is Slivchenko, right side, trying to move it around the boards. It's Slivchenko battling in there with Karpov, and Dan Lamberry's pinned along the boards, but it squirts to Hackborn, cuts in. Oh, he had Chitteroni in front, couldn't quite float him a pass. And now Karpov, he'll charge at center. A pass for John Lilly. He'll shoot it into Arrow territory. Dobson will slow behind the net. First man back is Jakes. Here come the Arrows now. Steve Jakes. Give it up to Slivchenko with a little room to motor. Slivchenko across the line, just leading Hackborn, and he couldn't center the pass. Now the net has become dislodged. No whistle yet. Now we'll get it.
Great almost setup. If he returns that pass right in front of the net, they've had that opportunity a couple of times in this first period. 2-on-1 kind of opportunities. And moving down, Slivchenko goes right to the net. If that pass could be made right there, they got a good chance. By the time it gets in too tight, and then of course behind the goal, it's all over. But if that return pass could come in front of the net about 6 feet out, then I think Slivchenko might just have tied this game. As it is, 2:28 to play in the first, 1-0 San Diego, and the faceoff will come in the circle to the right of Essensa.
Hackborn against Clark Donatelli. This line has just been so close to opening it up again. I think right now they just need to get a goal to get their confidence back. I mean, they were so dominant in the Kalamazoo game. It was unbelievable. You know it's there. Here's Pat Neaton now for San Diego behind the net. 2:20 to go in the first. Gulls by a goal at 1-0. Neaton, a pass to Jason Marshall, weaving up and out of his zone. Go all the way down into Arrow territory. Houston has to hustle back to get the icing call. Jakes is there to touch it, and icing is the call. With 2:10 to play here in this first period, and a 1-0 San Diego lead.
Not too dissimilar, Adam, from last night's game in Atlanta. Low-scoring game, chances, but not a lot of goals, and eventually won 2-1 by the Knights in the shootout.
What a great third period. The first two were kind of sleepers, played between the blue lines. Good defensive hockey, but it was mostly between the blue lines. But boy, you get into that third period, and the Arrows, Derek Wilkinson was the difference in that hockey game. If Wilkinson's not on his game, the Arrows get 3 or 4 on it.
Well, this has not been a game played between the blue lines, but a lot of good chances both ends and some physical play.
He's off to the right of Mark Freer. Freer with the Owen Temple. Draw the puck. And the goals. Clark Donatelli wins it to Pat Neaton. Behind the net. Quick pass out to the left side for Betts. Maxime starts up ice. He'll steer it out for Jason Marshall across the Arrow line. Here is Donatelli trying to move around. Grant, he centered, but Tippett was there. But we're going to get another penalty, I think, on Curtis Hunt.
It is going to be a tripping call. A tripping call will put the Arrows shorthanded again. Curtis Hunt indeed. And I believe Curtis, the culprit, both occasions here in the first period. Gets his stick out there and he just trips him. He got beat to the outside. It's all he could do. That's all he could do. Was a Drager going by him, but he had to...
I think Clark
Donatelli rather, 22 indeed. And Hunt had to get the stick out there and trip him down, and so there it is at 18:05.
For all intents and purposes, San Diego get all the power play. They'll get an extra 5 in the second if they need it. Face off in the circle to the left side of Rob Dobson.
Well, dangerous moment right here. You're trailing at home 1-0. Couple of minutes to play in the first period. Now you're short-handed. You don't want them to take a 2-0 lead into the locker room.
Robinson takes the puck, shoots it down the ice. We talked about it at the top of the cast with him and Kevin Grant killing penalties. Their last 4 or 5 games, they've been outstanding. Now they're back at center. Grant shot it right into San Diego territory, but Van Impe quickly turns it around. Darren Van Impe swept it into Arrow territory. Tippett hustles back, but it's picked up by Valeri Karpov. Skate to skate with Tippett, but Donatelli in the corner. It's back to the line. Here is Dan Lambert. Trying to work it down, but Kevin Grant steps up to boom it away, but they can't clear the zone. Valeri Karpov steers it back. Van Impe worked it down along the boards for Larry DePalma. He's got a minute 20 on the power play, a minute 14 in the period. A drive, score! Larry DePalma. I don't think Dobson saw that. It's a power play goal, 2-0 San Diego.
It was a heck of a shot, and Rob Robinson goes down to the ice in an effort to block the shot. The shot goes just to, watch, Robinson goes down, and that's the last Dobson sees of it.
Oh, it hit him.
Did it hit him?
It hit Robinson.
Is that why it went upstairs so high?
Watch this.
Let's check it out again. Here's a blistering shot. Robinson goes down. Did it hit him?
Oh, maybe not. Can we slow that down again?
That's tough to tell whether it hit him or not, but I don't think Dobson sees it because Robinson got in the way. Robinson trying to block it, but was not able to do so. We'll try to get a replay of that a little later. But it is Gillingham getting the goal.
Harkin shoots the puck in, and it's right on, and Asenza makes the save. How does Gillingham get it?
He must. Maybe that's why you see it go in a different spot than you're looking for it. We'll have to check the replay again when we can, but if they give it to Gillingham, he must have touched it in front. Our HSE viewers, let's watch it all the way. It clears Robinson. Who's that man in front of the net? Gillingham. Does it go off his stick? I guess so. It doesn't exactly look like it, but if they're giving him the goal, it must have.
Here's another look from behind the net. I can't tell. Well, that's not even Gillingham in front of the net, is it?
Well, then maybe they just blew the call, maybe. Yeah, that was not Gillingham.
I think it's DePalma. I think they meant 44 DePalma instead of
34. All right.
Boy, I'm glad we get paid the big bucks.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Here's the puck down. Center. Maurice's stuff shot. Oh, and it was just closed down by Asenza. Now, Jakes and Gillingham getting in there again. And Jakes is just about at it. Now he's going to try Drager on first side. Drager firing with some rights. Jakes a right hand that may have flipped Drager. Now an uppercut that grazed him. Well, Steve Jakes is going to get another 5 here, and he can't fight again or he's gone. Jakes wailing away on some rights, and then Drager just hauls him down. What a tilt there. 3 fights and you're out, and Jakes has 2 in the first period.
Well, yeah, but at least he won them both. Could it be worse? They don't make differentiation of winning or losing. 3 fights and you're out. And if you lose 3 fights and you're out, that's a lousy night. If you win 3 fights or even 2 out of 3, then that's not such a lousy night. But he's going to have to be careful there. If they want to take him out, they're 2/3 of the way towards doing it.
Now the question is, we talked about actually the Terry Ruskowski story of how when he was going with Gallant, one of the times he couldn't fight him because he already had 2.
Right.
What does Steve Jakes do now? I mean, San Diego knows he's fought twice. Do they go after him?
Well, it depends on how badly they want him out of the game. There's the push from behind by Gillingham. They had fought earlier, but this time Gillingham is backed off by Mike Maurice, and Drager ends up going at it with Jakes.
Well, they'll pay a 5 each for fighting, and an extra 2 minutes now up on the board to Barry Drager.
We go back to the goal. It was credited, as you heard, to Gillingham. We're pretty sure they're going to change that. Misread there. They gave it to 34. They should have given it to 44. And I'm sure they will change that. We'll let you know as soon as they do. We can tell you for absolute sure it is 2-0 in favor of San Diego. They score in a power play.
It hasn't been like the Arrows haven't had their chances, Russ.
They've had their chances. San Diego, obviously, by virtue of putting 2 in, has had a couple of better chances. But you're right. It's not like the Arrows have not had the puck in the zone, have not skated well, passed well, and shot well. They have, but they haven't had a great chance on Asenza. Not one that you'd say, wow, he made a stop that he shouldn't have made or couldn't have made. The stops he made were fairly routine stops on plays that were well executed until the point of the shot. The shot became rather routine.
All right, so the Arrows are going to get a power play. 2 minutes up on the board to Drager. He had the extra 2 for roughing. 2 for rough, 5 for fighting. Jake's just 5 for fighting. And there's John Lilly in the box to serve the 2.
Well, a chance to get right back into it. You got 45 seconds left in this period. That's plenty of time. The face-off coming in the dot just outside the blue line as the Arrows attack right to left.
Wilson to kill off the penalty with Hubie McDonough, Dan Lambert, and Jason Marshall. The Gulls win the draw, and they'll shoot it back down the ice. Here is Oleg Shargorodsky behind the net. He'll bring it up a pass to Tippett right off the skates. Tippett back to play it, though. Tippett with Harkins and Freer. Tippett down the right side, had it stripped by McDonough. It'll go right back down the ice. Out of the net, it's Rob Dobson. Here comes Oleg Shargorodsky. A pass to Freer. He'll move it across the blue line. Freer getting sent to Dave Tippett. Trying to move in. Tippett back to the line for Shargorodsky. Back down for Tippett. Skipped over his stick. Lambert is there to clear it. Right now, I got to ask you something. I wonder if that hand is bothering him.
Well, maybe it has, but that was a bad pass by Oleg Shargorodsky that jumped over his stick. There's no good hand, bad hand. 3 hands. He wasn't going to come up with that pass.
Well, buzzer sounds ending that period, and the Arrows trailing by a score of 2-0. They will at least have 1:16 on the power play when we return to action in the second period. But some work ahead of the boys. Trailing 2-0, and we'll have more from the Summit after this. Welcome back to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. 2-0 San Diego leads it here in the first period intermission. And well, last week the Arrows Scott Arniel, or actually earlier this week Scott Arniel went down with an injury, some rib cartilage pulled, and he is a big loss for the Houston Arrows, and you can see where he'd be needed tonight against his former teammate, the San Diego Gulls. But Barry Warner had a chance to chat with Scott Arniel before tonight's game. Barry?
Scott, is it tougher watching the game up here or getting body checked by a couple of the San Diego Gulls?
I think I'd rather be down there getting body checked. You can do more out there, and it's frustrating up here. You kind of being a cheerleader and whatnot, and I'd sooner be out there trying to help the outcome of the game than being up here and just having to watch and react to what happens.
Scott, is it doubly tough? Your mom and dad are in town, and your mom's saying, "See, son, I told you hockey's a rugged game."
I think it's the other way around. My mother always, she didn't mind that part of it, but yeah, it was, they did see a couple of games there, and I'm just sorry that they didn't get to see me playing a couple more here, and they were looking forward to the San Diego game. And but in the same sense, I get to spend a little bit more time with them, and especially this 3-3 nights, and being in Atlanta last night, I wouldn't have seen them too much, so I have seen them a little bit more than I would have.
You're having a tough time sitting down, aren't you, Scott?
Yeah, not too much sitting down. Bending hurts me a little bit, and really sitting down is tough. And I think for the last 3 days, I've either been lying down flat in my back or I've been standing up straight, and that's the most comfortable position right now.
Now, you tore all the cartilage from your ribs?
Yeah, Sunday night against Kansas City, I got hit from behind, and that kind of, I guess Jerry was saying that tore a little bit, and then I finished it off. I guess I didn't know that it was in that position. It was a little bit sore. I thought it was just a bruise, and then Tuesday night I fell down, and just an innocent play, fell down, and I tore the cartilage from the rib.
The game look a lot easier up here than it is down there in the ice wearing number 11?
No, I think it's easier when I'm out in the ice because, like I say, you're in a little bit more control. Up here, you can see a lot. You certainly can see a lot more, but I'm on the ice. I think I'm more aware of what's going on, who's around me and whatnot. And up here, I tend to linger and looking at the scoreboard, looking at the TV, and watching what you're doing out in the ice there. So, it's a little bit more difficult up here, more of a challenge.
How much pain are you in right now, Scott?
Right now, I'm not bad. Actually, today has been probably one of my best days. I've gotten better every day, and Jerry's been working me, and my wife Lee has been working me pretty good in the sense of the physiotherapy. So I've been healing quite a bit, and hopefully, if I keep this improvement up, we'll check Monday, Tuesday, and see how I feel, and go from there.
Let's go back upstairs right now to the voice of the Houston Arrows, Adam Gordon.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Scott Arniel. It's 2-0 in favor of the San Diego Gulls. Arnie, hurry back. We could use you. 11-12. We're in the first intermission. We'll have more after this. Welcome back to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. A 2-0 hockey game here in this first period intermission. The Gulls leading here, and the Gulls really jumping out in a game. We talked about the fact that both teams had a lot of chances chances. San Diego taking advantage of them, and quite frankly, 2 really good goals.
A couple of very good goals. That first one by Wilson was a pretty good play by Dobson to force Wilson wide, force the puck off his stick. It was almost a broken and done play, and then Wilson turns around and fires the backhander in about the only way he could. Just a terrific play, and then that great shot near the end of the period. You just have to give the Gulls credit, but indeed they had a couple of better chances than the Arrows did. The Arrows are going to have to get better chances and score on them.
You know, you look at him, excuse me, Russ, I was just going to say, as we look at the highlights, watch, you're right, Dobson makes a great play there, but Wilson has a great presence of mind to backhand it in there.
Well, and so far, the star of the game is Larry DePalma. He makes the play near the blue line to send Wilson in. Here he is right here, takes it away at the blue line, and he sends Wilson in with a nice little lead pass, and then you see Dobson makes him go wide. He loses the puck, but he gets it back, and he flips the backhander home, and it's 1-0. And then that DePalma shot later on in the period is just, boy, I tell you what, he winds up. Robinson goes down. It goes right over him. It is placed perfectly to the top shelf, and I don't think Dobson ever saw it.
Yeah, you know, you look at it from that angle, it almost looks like it went off Robinson, but when you look at it from this angle right here, Robinson goes down right there, and it looks pretty clean. Just goes right in.
I just don't think Dobson saw it very well. He certainly never saw that it was that high. I thought it just went above his glove, but as we saw in the replay, it just snuck in under the crossbar. So I think it just kept rising, and he wasn't expecting it to rise like that.
Let's take a look at those first period stats, sponsored by James Coney Island Restaurants. Shots on goal, 10-9 in favor of the Houston Aeros. 10 saves for Bob Essenza, 7 saves for Rod Dobson. Goals 1 of 2 on the power play. Aeros 0 for 1. Both teams 4 penalties for 14 minutes.
The Arrows will be on the power play when the second period starts, and I think it's very important for them to get something established. Their one power play that Adam talked about, they're 0 for 1. They didn't get the puck in the zone well. They didn't get it set up. They didn't get good chances on Bob Essenza. They'd better do it here. If they don't score, early second period, so be it, but at least get some momentum established. And if they do score, that's even better. Remember, San Diego's the worst team in the league, at least statistically, in penalty killing.
Arrows, big chance on the power play to start the second period. We'll have that and more coming up after this. Welcome back to the Summit. I'm Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. We're in the first period intermission. It's a 2-0 hockey game. The Arrows trailing the San Diego Gulls. It's been a good period of action, especially when you look at the way things went last night. The Arrows falling 2-1 in a shootout against the Atlanta Knights in kind of a chippy back and forth game. Tonight it's been wide open, and with the Arrows in their second game in as many nights, it'll be interesting to see how the stamina affects the Houston Arrows. Let's take a look, though, at the Columbia HCA scoring summary of that first period. Ron Wilson getting his 13th goal of the year at the 9:22 mark from Larry DePalma, and the Gulls had a 1-0 lead, but then DePalma gets on the goal column. He gets a goal at 18:42, a power play tally from Darren Van Impe and Valery Karpov. And that's how we find ourselves right here in this first period intermission. The Gulls leading by a score of 2-0. Arrows have some work to do, and we'll have the second period for you right after this. Welcome back to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. 2-0 San Diego leading the Houston Arrows. We're just about ready for the start of the second period of action, and that means we've got a little chance to look at some Arrow wear. It's the officially licensed Arrows apparel for all you Arrow fans. This official cap has a team color crown with a contrasting visor. It's constructed of wool and is adjustable for a comfortable fit for any fan. You can complement the cap with this great looking Houston Arrows golf shirt. It's available in 3 sizes, medium, large, and extra large. Each of these items make a great gift. To order, call 1-800-423-2121. Caps sell for $19.95. The golf shirts are $29.95 plus $3.95 shipping and handling. 30-day money-back guarantee of satisfaction. So have your credit cards ready. Call 1-800-423-2121. Ask for hockey, then ask for Arrow wear. That's some fine stuff. In fact, both the cap and the golf shirt I happen to own, and it's fine-looking approach, just like that right there. That beer not included. What's so funny?
I just got me as funny.
Maybe the beer is included. I'd go for right now.
If it's included, then give me 2.
Well, we've got a second period here coming up, Ross. The Arrows have got, what, a minute 19 on the power play to start it. At this point, I think they need to get some confidence here, get a goal, get something by Bob Essenza. You know, they did put 10 shots on him in that first period.
Well, Adam, I think they played pretty well in the period, and they had some good plays and some good setups. They just didn't finish those plays with great shots. I don't think he made any fantastic saves in that period. He just made routine saves and kicked the shot aside, and there was no follow-up. He just made the saves he's supposed to make. They had some good plays. They just didn't finish them with great shots. If they do that in this period, finishing with a great shot, I think they'll get some goals.
Arrows in their constant strive to get out and meet the public. Well, you get a chance to meet the Arrows at the Woodlands Mall on Sunday from 1 to 3:30. Defenseman Curtis Hunt, Steve Jakes, along with center Murray Eves, left winger Mike Yeo, they'll all be on hand to sign autographs. Afterwards, there'll also be a question and answer session. So come on out to the Woodlands Mall to meet the men of the Arrow Force. That's tomorrow at 1 o'clock at the Woodlands Mall. And the Arrows, however, they've got their date book filled tomorrow. And as big as this game is tonight, tomorrow night, the Las Vegas Thunder come into town. And a game that, as you know, the Arrows and the Thunder just can't seem to play nice.
They've had a few disagreements, let's call it, through the course of the season. That big one late in the game earlier this year in Las Vegas was certainly exciting, to say the least.
I think you'll see somebody like a Troy Gamble start tomorrow. He has played them so. He's played every game so far and is 4-1 against the Thunder this year. And no doubt he'll get the crack at it, I think, tomorrow.
Well, the Arrows will start this period on the power play, and we'll be looking for them to figure out how to get it into the zone, get it set up, find the right man in the right place at the right time with the right angle, and get one on the board. They trail by the score of 2-0 in the first period. It was Wilson at 9:22, and then it was DePalma at 18:48. That second goal on the power play, and it's 2-0 San Diego.
You'll notice, if we get a chance to look at it on this power play, if they get a chance to set it up from a wide angle, you'll notice how Oleg Shagarodsky, a left-handed defenseman, and Ted Crowley, a right-handed defenseman, line up on the opposite points, meaning their sticks are pointing inward. Why is this? Well, what you'll find, according to player assistant coach Dave Tippett, watch for these guys to try and one-time it, and it's easier to one-time it with a puck coming at you and your stick in the middle as opposed to it away from you. You can get the pass to a lot quicker, so watch. That's what they're going to try to do here if they can get it set up, get it back to Crowley and Shagarodsky, who have good shots. See if they can one-time it.
And not unusual. Many teams do that. When they have good people at the point, they play them on the off wings to be able to take that pass facing the passer and swipe it right at the goal.
Puck is in Arrow territory. The Arrows are going to have to bust it out with 1:05 left on the power play. Here is Oleg Shagarodsky now for Houston. He'll weave it up and out of his zone at center. Shagarodsky across the line, moving down the right wing. He is watched by Dan Lambert. It's tipped away, though. And that is one thing the Arrows have had trouble doing, is dumping it in hard enough to where they can get it. Now the Gulls have a break. Oh, and McDonough is just offside.
Offside is calling.
The Arrows are more than lucky there. I mean, they were way up ice. If McDonough gets that offside, it's very easy to be 3-0.
Well, it was Oleg who took the puck all the way into the corner, and then it was just his pass that was just too weak and taken behind the net. McDonough puts himself offside. See? He gets in the zone before the puck, and even if he's the puck carrier, that's still offside. He just wasn't able to take that pass cleanly in the neutral zone and get it out in front of him. The Arrows still on the power play. Still have 45 seconds left in the penalty called late in the first period to Barry Drager.
Freer, Tippett, Harkins now with Grant and Robinson. 32 seconds into the period, and the Arrows only have 45 seconds remaining on the power play, and they've yet to really see the San Diego zone. Kevin Grant takes the puck behind his net, and he'll start up ice with it. Grant, a lead pass for Mark Freer, streaking down the right side across the line. Freer shifts gears now as he pulls up. Freer still with it, and then tossed it into the corner, but Lambert is there. He'll clear to the line, and was it out? No, Grant held it in. Here is Freer getting set. Freer trying to move the puck along the boards. It'll come to the line for Kevin Grant. Grant trying to center, but it was popped away, and the Gulls now will come out with it. UB McDonough across the line. McDonough pulls up at a left point. They came back at center, and the Gulls just back to kill off some time, and really they've done it. Power play is just about over. It's down to 5 seconds. Here come the the Arrows now, left side. Kevin Grant trying to move it through the neutral zone, chipped away by Jason Marshall. He is loaded on by Rob Robinson. Big hit along the boards. Now the Arrows, his teams are back at 5-a-side. Here's Freer, left wing, moving in, shooting. Great save by Asenza, and then Harkins trying to find a rebound, getting locked up with Jason Marshall, and everybody kind of gathering in there. And all of a sudden turned into a 2-on-1.
Harkins thinks something's funny. Probably the fact that he stuck his glove in the face of Marshall. Freer got a pretty good shot. It was a tough angle, and Asenza made the stop. There was no rebound. That's been a key. No rebounds in front. Big hit at center ice.
18:32 to play here in the second period. It's a 2-0 hockey game. The Gulls lead it.
This is another one of those good chances, little 2-on-1 break-in. Good shot, but that rebound won't quite get over to where Harkins is waiting to try to tip it past Bob Asenza. They'll get the face-off to his right, though, in the circle.
Maurice with Malgunas and Townsend. Crowley and Hunt defensively. Jakes is still in the penalty box, serving off the remainder of the 5-minute major he had with Barry Drager, which, by the way, is his second fight of the night. So, again, we'll kind of keep an eye on things. He's been one of the more solid defensemen as well, as he leads the Arrows in plus-minus shot off the face-off, covered up by Asenza. But he leads the Arrows with plus-minus, and a guy you want out there. And now you got to wonder if he questions if he should fight or not.
Well, he's got to be questioning it, and I'm sure the coach said something to him between periods. He has to be careful. He just might be a guy that San Diego targets and tries to get off the ice. You're right, talking about his plus-minus, valuable blue line performer, and they might just want him out of here.
Here is Curtis Hunt along the top of the slot. Lets a shot go. Now we got Malgunas wailing away. Who's that? I wasn't sure if I caught the number. He went down so quickly, but I think it was Darren Van Imp, and then Malgunas quickly made waste of him.
There's a guy who knows he won the fight. Gets his shots in, puts them down. Linesman step in, he just gets up, gets out of there, goes, sits down in the penalty box. I'll pay the fine, do my time. I'm the winner. Darren Van Imp, the loser, but he's going to do the time anyway.
So Malgunas into the box for 5. Van Imp in for now. That was such a lopsided fight. We'll see as it gets started here.
Boom, 1 left, 2 lefts, 3 lefts, 4, puts him down, a 5th one while he's down, a little 6th. That's it. Okay, I'm done. I did what I was supposed to do. I did it. Hello, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.
Penalties on the plane.
5 each for fighting.
Number 24,
Malgunas and Darren Van Imp.
number 28.
No loss of manpower.
Evidence each for fighting.
So Harkins stays out with Townsend and Maurice. Hunt and Crowley defensively. Well, if nothing else, Russ, the Arrows have won the fights tonight.
You know, that's true. Jakes, couple. Now Malgunas. I think when all is said and done, Adam, they will trade them for a victory.
There's no question there. Face off in the circle to the left of Bob Asenza. Top of the puck. Harkins wins it. Maurice turns with a little wrap shot. It was off skates. Now Curtis Hunt moving right side. Chipped it along the boards. Harkins trying to move it along. He's tied up by Marshall. Hunt's got it. Pinching right side. Curtis Hunt coughed the puck up. Now the Gulls come to center. But here's a penalty coming up for the Houston Arrows. Delayed call, but a 2-on-1 the other way. On the delayed call, Karpov trying to move it in. Wow, can that guy dangle with a puck? And we're going to get a penalty on the Arrows with 2 minutes gone in the second.
Well, what happened here, Adam, I think it's either going to be Hunt or Harkins. They're both there. I think probably Curtis Hunt. Wait, see, nope. They're going to move Townsend. Who'd they get? Graham Townsend?
Yeah.
All right, well, Hunt was in the area, too. Either one could have been called for the trip. But what happens is Hunt loses the puck. He's in the forward zone. He's got something going there. Right here, he loses the puck. That's what starts it. Then there goes Townsend in the play. There's Hunt's stick. He could have called it on either one. They both got their sticks out. I think actually Hunt's stick is the one that actually did trip him. But Townsend, they both tried to do the same thing. They get Townsend, but that whole play and that penalty came about because Curtis lost the puck to begin with in the attacking zone.
Third power play of the night for San Diego. 1-2 on the man advantage, but the Arrows turn and clear it. Now Chitteroni fighting for it at center. Trying to move it ahead. It's picked up by Hackborn and tossed into his own zone for Kevin Grant. And he'll just just swing it down at center. Back is Patrick Neaton in his own zone. Forecheck by Hackborn. He'll reverse it over to the far side for Dan Lambert, one of the co-captains for this hockey club. 2.5 played in the second period. 1.5 minutes in the power play for San Diego. Mark Buffet, who turns and takes a chop at Chitteroni, and no penalty. Buffet didn't like the fact he was being hooked, but play going on. Dan Lambert, he's locked up by Chitteroni. Mario trying to scrape and dig and scrum for the puck. It's knocked away and back into San Diego territory. Boy, that Mario Chitteroni does get under your skin.
Yeah, good shorthanded shift for Mario.
Here is Pat Deaton. He'll move the puck ahead for Lambert. Danny Lambert now through the neutral zone. Lambert watched by Tippett. Rolled it ahead for Mark Buffet. It's tipped into the corner. After it is Robinson behind his net. Arrows turn. Robinson flipped it off the board and cleared it out at center. Here is Dan Lambert to his own blue line. Patrick Neaton. The Gulls with 50 on the power play. The puck's taken away by Freer. Here he comes short-handed. Freer trying to make the move, but he can't get around Lambert. Now it is Mark Buffet in his own zone. Buffet to center to Danny Lambert. He'll shoot it into Arrow territory high up the glass. It'll bounce down low for Buffet. Trying to one-hand it along the boards. Now Clark Donatelli locked up by Tippett. Comes to the line. Not out. Held in Marshall. Marshall down low. Lilly. Back to Jason Marshall. He was watched by Tippett. Puck took a weird hop and the Arrows come away with it. Tippett at center with Shigerodski and Freer. He'll just shoot it into San Diego territory. Back to the Gulls. Huey McDonough. McDonough will turn and bring it right to left. Pass out to the right side for a breaking Clark Donatelli. Donatelli across the line. Trying to drop pass now. It's picked up by Larry DePalma along the boards. DePalma fighting for it. Kicked it along for Karpov. Back to the line. Marshall the drive. And he hammered a bullet just wide of the net. Now the team's at 5 aside. Townsend back out on the ice. Picked up by Valeri Karpov behind the net. Swings it for DePalma. He sent it, but it came to Karpov. Right in. It went just wide. Donatelli a shot. That hit Dobson. He's down and covering up. 15:45 to play in the second period. The Gulls lead it 2-0. More IHL action from the Summit after this.
Flying to Dallas for business? If these 35 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines to Dallas, maybe this will. With the most flights at the lowest unrestricted fares, it's no wonder that Southwest is the low-fare airline.
What if I had size 14? I'd lace them up Saturday so I could be ready to play by Sunday. And when I walked onto the court, people would stare at me like they just saw Sasquatch. I'd take the ball from them at the top of the key, take 2 tiny steps, and calmly slam it home.
Sorry, Charlie. James got the shoe, but let's see who's got the game.
Yeah, if I had size 14s, I'd crush more than just bugs.
Suns, Rockets, Tuesday night at 7, live on HSE.
Listen to 104 KRVE for today.
Welcome back to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. We have some updated scores.
We do, and by the way, a nice effort penalty killing by the Arrows. The San Diego power play, which ended moments ago. 0 shots on goal by the Gulls. Cincinnati leads Chicago after 1, 3-1. Detroit leads at Cleveland 4-3 after 2. I'll give you some more in a moment.
Puck is controlled by Ron Wilson, trying to loop it down. Puck throws it along the boards. Hackborn trying to scrape it out of there. He's popped by Gillingham. Gillingham trying to go after Hackborn a little bit. Here is Slivchenko, and we're going to get a penalty, I think, on Gillingham. Now Hackborn just needs to keep his cool. I don't think Hack is going to be the one of those guys that...
Well, you just got to let him go, especially if the penalty's on Gillingham.
Todd Gillingham, who was introduced to the far wall by Steve Jakes, who was imprinted like a MasterCard. And
They got Hackborn, though.
wow. Well, that's an interesting call.
Well, so the Arrows going to be short-handed again here. They're trying to hang on here. They trailed 2-0. But here, as they get short-handed again, I wanted to make a point a couple of minutes ago. Midway through the last power play, those of you viewing on HSE may have seen a situation at center ice where it looked like the Tippett had the puck. It looked like the Arrows had a 3-on-2 possibility of breaking into the zone, and all he did instead was fire it down in the corner and come off the ice. And what happened there was they needed a line change. They were at the end of the shift, and he had to make a quick judgment right then and there. What's going to happen if we take it in 3-on-2? Odds are we won't score, and 3 tired guys will be caught up ice. ice.
Big shot by Neaton, and it was turned around by Dobson, and Tippett will shovel it right back down the ice.
And so they came off the ice. They got fresh skaters out there, and they continue to have a good penalty killing time against San Diego. Now they're killing a penalty again and trailing 2-0.
1:40 remaining in the power play for San Diego. Here come the goals. Karpov had it tipped away, and now Robinson will turn in his own zone, waiting, and now just shoots it down the ice. We've played 5 minutes here in the second period. The Gulls lead it 2-0. The Arrows, I don't think, have a shot on goal, and if they do, maybe one. Here is Larry DePalma with a goal and an assist in this hockey game. To Valeri Karpov across the line. Karpov centered this shot, and it was jammed over the net. Now to play by Denny Lambert, and play whistle down. Next telecast here on HSC coming up Saturday, March 18th, right here at the Summit. The Kansas City Blades in town taking on the Houston Arrows.
All games are big games. When it's a team in your division, everybody's jockeying for position. They're even bigger, and you know the story with the Arrows and the Blades and the Atlanta Knights. The Arrows played last night, all three of them so close heading down the stretch. Some other IHL scores tonight. Indianapolis leads Peoria 2-0 in the end of one. Minnesota at Kansas City tonight. They're tied at 1 apiece. Minnesota needs some points. Fort Wayne needs points. They're leading at Milwaukee 3-1 tonight.
Off the face-off, Gulls have it. Jason Marshall to Denny Lambert. Down the corner to the left of Dobson. Karpov fighting for it. It's in skates. Karpov comes away with it. Valeri Karpov worked it down along the boards, but's got it back. Karpov with 59 on the power play. To the line, Marshall, big drive. That never made it to Dobson. It pokes back to Karpov. Swings it down. Here's a pass that came right through from DePalma, but picked away by Mike Maurice. Maurice turning at center. Lead pass. Harkins hits the line. Cutting right in on goal. Blocked by Asenza. And then a big collision along the boards between Harkins and Jason Marshall. Here come the Gulls across the line. Valeri Karpov trying to drop it back. Jakes was there. He'll clear it at center. It was picked up by Marshall and shot into Arrow territory. Knocked free by Jakes. And here is Oleg Shargorodsky. Shargorodsky in his own zone. Banks it off the boards and shoots it right back down the ice. 19 seconds remaining in the Hackborn Minor. 13:45 to go in the second. And the Gulls lead it by a score of 2-0. Pocket center. Here is Dave Tippett. Winds it into San Diego territory, and Darren Van Impe is back. Van Impe drifting back behind the net. He'll start the rush from right to left. Power plays down to 2 seconds. Here comes McDonough across the line. McDonough centered it, but it was blocked by Jakes, and the power play is over. Teams at 5 aside. Now the puck along the boards for Jakes. He'll shovel it out at center. Hackborn catching up to it, but couldn't advance it. Now McDonough at center, and he'll give it back to Dan Lambert, and the Gulls turn it over at center for Mark Freer, but he lost it at the San Diego blue line. Here's Hubie McDonough now. McDonough across the arrow line, cutting right in on goal. Shoots. Dobson stopped it, and he cleared the rebound over to the left corner. Mark Buffet rolls it down along. The puck was centered. Dan Lambert shoots, just hammered it wide. Now to Shargorodsky, cutting behind the net. Shargorodsky then changed direction and banked it off the boards and throws it down the ice. This will be icing on the Houston Arrows. Back is Dan Lambert to touch, and play is whistled down. 2-0 San Diego at 12:45 to play in the second. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. 2-0 hockey game. Look at guys that have won it for the respective hockey teams. Hubie McDonough 6 times in the IHL. We saw number 1 last night, Stan Drulia.
Yeah, and he was very effective in the last couple of games for Atlanta against the Houston Arrows.
He is an outstanding hockey player. I don't know why Tampa Bay doesn't give him a little more of a chance, but anyway, now the Arrows turn it around. Slivchenko couldn't quite catch up to the dump in, and the puck goes up and out of play.
You know, Guy, we talked about him before. Scott Arniel, and you met him between periods, was really going great guns when he was injured and put out of the lineup for a couple of weeks. It's one thing to lose a guy who can score and is a leader. It's another thing to lose a guy who can score and is scoring at the time you lose him. He was on a pretty good stretch, scoring and skating as well as he had all year, and you take him out of the lineup, and there's no I think there probably is a direct correlation to the fact they only scored 1 last night and they haven't got any on the board tonight.
12 points in 5 games for Scott Arniel. Not too shabby.
And then out.
Here's Curtis Hunt, the big drive, and Asenza got a shoulder on it. Puck came out in front. Here's a stop shot. Asenza stacking the pads, robbing Mario Chitteroni. Now Chitteroni wants to go in after Todd Gillingham. I'll tell you, that little spark plug Chitteroni going right after Gillingham.
He'll go after anybody.
1:25 to go in the second period. I don't know. I don't want to say that frustration seems to be setting in right now.
Well, I think they're probably a little bit frustrated. They get a good opportunity to draw the puck back to the point of blast a shot on a Sensen. Now there is a rebound, and this is where it starts. Chitteroni goes in, doesn't get a great shot away, and then Gillingham trips him up, knocks him into the goal. But again, there's what we were talking about earlier in terms of a good opportunity, a good move to the puck by Chitteroni off the shot that Asensa saved, but he never got a good shot away. He kind of directed it on goal, didn't have any steam on it, wasn't heading any place in particular. Great opportunity to get a great shot and get a goal, but they didn't quite finish it with a terrific shot.
Arrows win the draw. Curtis on a stick save made by Asensa. Now the Gulls turn. Pat Neaton weaving up and out of his zone. At center, hits the line, shoots. Dobson stopped it. Now the puck steered to Chitteroni, rolled over to Len Hackborn. Hackborn trying to bank it up for Vadim Slivchenko. Can't clear. They'll shoot it back in. Here is Curtis Hunt for Houston, moving it up the left side at center. Chitteroni can't advance it. The Arrows go back. Here is Mario Chitteroni at his own blue line. Lobs a pass to Slivchenko, and he is belted along the boards. And I think we're going to get a penalty on Pat Neaton. He ran right after Slivchenko. And Pat Neaton's going to go to the penalty box.
Are they going to call here a charge or?
Oh, wait a minute. Are they going to nab Slivchenko?
Is he calling Slivchenko?
Oh, maybe for yeah, he comes back right there. See, with a punch on the back of the head.
Oh, you're supposed to punch a guy that hits you like that. So far, nobody's gone any place, but now Slivchenko will go off for two. Wowee. He didn't like what Neaton did to him.
Well, and Ruskowski just threw his whatever notes or stats he had down on the bench. He is just livid.
Well, they just handed us a note. It says Neaton for roughing. But on the board, all it shows is Slivchenko. Probably for roughing.
Well, Slivchenko earned himself maybe a bloody nose.
Wow.
And a 2-minute minor.
Well, there's been way too many penalties for the Arrows really to get something established offensively. It's been all they can do to kill the penalties. They have all but the one in which De Palma scored.
2 minutes for roughing.
That's roughing on Slivchenko at 8:10, so they're shorthanded again.
Terry Ruskowski still being pretty animated on the bench, but his team now shorthanded for the 5th time tonight, 3rd time in this second period. Gulls have the puck and on the man advantage. Here is Darren Van Imp. He'll turn in his own zone. Van Imp moves it up the left side, and he had to turn it back to Huey McDonough. Here comes McDonough at center ice, charging through the middle, lobbed it into Arrow territory to the far corner it goes. Robinson there to play it. Chipped it along for the near side for Freer, and he'll bank it, but not out. It went off some skates. Mark Buffet left side. Watch by Tippett. Facing left circle. Trying to get it back to the line. Van Imp rolled it over. Here's a centering pass that just went through McDonough. Now Buffet along the left wing at the hash mark. Back to the line. The drive. Dobson, a marvelous right pad save. Now the Arrows. Dave Tippett turns and banks it out at center. Here is Lambert out to Darren Van Imp. Watched by Tippett. Swings it to Denny Lambert. And the Gulls hammered into Arrow territory. But Dobson is back to play it. Kevin Grant will just turn and lob it all the way down the ice with under a minute to go on the power play for San Diego. 10:45 to go in the second. 2-0 San Diego.
Dobson may have to make a couple of more of those to keep his team in this game, only down by 2.
Here come the Gulls at center. Van Imp hits the line. Centered for McDonough, just too far. Now the Arrows lunging. Jakes can't clear. Puck picked up by Denny Lambert. Fighting for the corner with Jake. Shargarodsky booms it along the boards. It comes back to a right point. Darren Van Imp down in the corner to Palmer to McDonough. Trying to knock it free with Shargarodsky, but Lambert turns for San Diego. Handed over to McDonough at the hash marks. Right wing boards. McDonough. Top of the slot. Van Imp. Back for McDonough. The right circle. Down low. Den Lambert to the line. Here is Darren Van Imp. Worked it down, but the puck is tipped away by Shargarodsky, and out at center it goes.
Good job by Oleg to clear the zone. And just about 5 seconds left on the power play for San Diego.
And the puck still in their own zone. Under 10 minutes to play in the second period. We're halfway through this hockey game. 2-0 San Diego. Slivchenko back out on the ice, and now we're at 5 aside. Here's a puck taken away, and the Arrows turn it around, but Hackborn tried that no-look pass and missed. Slivchenko. Now the goal's back in behind the net. Darren Van Impe rolled it over to Dan Lambert, cleared out at center, and Karpov rolled it ahead for Donatelli. One man to beat Shagarodsky, and Oleg tipped it away, and Slivchenko came back to help out not only his teammate, but fellow countryman Shagarodsky. Now does Jakes pass up the right side. Slivchenko. He moves it through the neutral zone. Vadim across the line. Makes a great move. Can't quite finish as he's knocked off the puck. And here's a penalty coming up to the San Diego Gulls. 9:13 to go in the second period. 2-0 San Diego, and the Arrows now will get their crack on the power play.
Well, you're right. He couldn't quite finish, but he drew the penalty. And the power play right now would look mighty good after all the San Diego power plays. Slivchenko gets in, makes a terrific move on Marshall, brings it to the backhander, back to the forehander, and then he's decked, and we got more people milling around center ice. It looked like they may want a piece of each other.
Well, while they sort all this out, I don't know if we're going to have more penalties or not. Mario Chitteroni is doing everything he can to maybe get this team fired up. He's going to go to the penalty box. Did he nullify an Arrow power play? No. There's going to Palma as well. Well, things.
Well, wait a minute. What's he may have nullified the power play.
Well, 2 minutes, I think, go to Donatelli. See, he's in the box now. I think the Arrows are going to be all right.
Okay.
I think. Of course, I haven't been able to figure this one out yet. Well, what do I know?
Mario's feisty. I think it's a word that may have been invented somewhere along the way just to describe Mario Chitteroni. He is feisty. Now they're trying to sort things out. We'll probably have a couple of coincidental minors, and then the extra 2 up on the board. Donatelli gets slashing, and it looks like Chitteroni and De Palma have gone out as well.
So the Arrows will get a crack on the power play, and let's see. Houston will bring out Mark Freer, Graham Townsend, Dave Tippett with Crowley and Shagarodsky. And there's only one place I'm sure Graham Townsend's going to find himself, right in front of the cage.
Well, you know, with what's happened here so far, it might just take a lucky goal to open up the floodgates a little bit. And no goal is lucky because you have to earn them all, but all those good plays without the finish that we've been talking about, maybe somebody's just going to fire one from the point or send one across the ice and have it deflect by Asensa, and that might just do it. Maybe it'll be Mark Freer, 3rd in the league in power play goals with his 14.
Face-off between Freer and McDonough. Big face-off here, and the Arrows have got it, but it's turned over to Ron Wilson and shot down the ice. You win the draw, and then it's cleared.
Well, you know, there was no need for such a soft pass back to the point. That's how Wilson caught up to it and cleared it. Got to get a little crisper here, especially on the power play.
Here is Ted Crowley now in behind his net, and he'll bring it from left to right. Crowley, pass, right wing boards for Freer. He'll bring it across the San Diego blue line. Freer now drifting behind the net, trying to get around the corner. He gets it to Shagarodsky. He couldn't center it. Loose puck, and the Gulls bank it out at center. Now Shagarodsky gives it over to Freer across the line. Freer lost it, picked up by Lambert. Tippett in there, finding Court. He comes away with a puck. Dave Tippett, right wing boards now, starts the power play. Townsend camped right out in front. Tippett wide, shoots. That ricocheted wide. Crowley's got it now. Crowley setting up left point over to, that was Shagarodsky to Crowley. And now it is Tippett, right wing boards. Tippett drifting down for Freer behind the net. Couldn't find the handle on the puck, but Shagarodsky is there. Oleg to Freer, drifting at the point, having all kinds of trouble with the puck. And now McDonough's on a breakaway. Shorthanded, and he's hauled down by Shagarodsky, and no penalty. Wow, Arrows got away with one there. Shagarodsky to Crowley. Center ice left wing for Tippett. And they'll move it down the left side, trying to center a pass. Had to reverse it, though. 39 on the power play. Here is a puck back to the line. Crowley to Vadim Slivchenko to Crowley. Flying, shoots. That was kicked out of there. Never made it to Asensa, and the Gulls steer it at center.
Earlier in the power play, they had Crowley on the right point with Shagarodsky in the left, and they flip-flop.
Now Wilson turns it around. Here come the Gulls. Wilson trying to drop it, and he was pounded by Kevin Grant. Power play is down to just 13 seconds. Now the Gulls hit their own blue line, and they'll just shoot it at center. Maurice takes away a pass from Van Impe, moves it up ice across the line. Here's Maurice to Hackborn. Hackborn circles back to the line. Lenny Hackborn rolls a pass to Grant. That rolled off skates and back at center.
They've made some passes tonight that you just like brain lock. I can't figure out what they're thinking. Is they hold it too long or pass it too soon or just pass it too softly? Just no crispness in some of these power play passes.
7:03 to go in the second. The goal's up 2-0. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. The score not a laughing matter, 2-0 San Diego, and here are some of the powerless play woes.
Yeah, well, for the first time, really, they got it in the zone. They got it set up. They all found their spots on the ice, and they tried to get something going. And then they just, they just kind of a little lackadaisical mentally, and they couldn't make the right pass, and they weren't very crisp, and they lost it at the blue line. And really got to work on their crispness here the rest of tonight.
You can see the graphic for those of you watching on HSC. No shots on the power play. Now the puck at center. Here is Mike Yeo. He'll shoot it into San Diego territory. Malgunas in after it. It's picked up by Harkins. Centered. Here's Yeo. Great save by Asensa. As Yeo got away. A quick little snapshot. Now the Gulls across the line. Here is Lilly. Centering. Karpov just tapped it wide. And then Kevin Grant pounds him into the corner. Now the puck out at center. Here comes Malgunas. Lead pass. And Harkins is right in on goal. Backhander. And he flung it just wide of the net. This is probably one of the best shifts of the night for this Arrow Hockey Club. And it's been Yeo and Harkins. And Tippett now out there. Now the puck shot in. It's blocked by Bob Asensa behind the net. The Gulls in their own zone. Marshall wing it out at center. And Curtis Hunt takes Lilly into the boards. Crowley banks it up for Maurice. Fired it into San Diego territory. Asensa slows. Oh, and then he had to play it away as he saw Freer looming around. Karpov trying to clear it. Cannot. Here is Maurice down low for Freer. Circling through Marshall, but he's tied up. Now the puck for Clark Donatelli, and he'll just scoop it to center. Crowley. With 5:40 to go here in the second period. 2-0 game. Gulls lead it. Freer down the left side. Trying to move around Jason Marshall. Freer fighting for the loose puck. And there's Maurice. Battle for it. It's cleared to the line. Not out. Curtis Hunt to 10. Crowley. Back to Hunt. Line shoots it into the corner. Here is Maurice. Now cutting in. The shot. And Asensa stopped it just barely. He almost snuck one in there. Now Neaton and Tippett getting into it. And everybody all locked up down there.
There's no way Asensa can stop that shot by Maurice. He's lying down along the goal line. Either that shot hits him or it's in. And as bad luck would have it tonight, the shot hits him. He's got no clue till he feels it. Good job by Mike Maurice to bring it out front. Get a quick shot off, but if he'd been able to find an opening to go upstairs, he'd have had one on the board. Asensa's just laying down on the ice and hoping whatever happens low.
Russ, the last two shifts have been great for the Arrows. The line there of Maurice, Freer, and Tippett, and then before then, Harkins and the Harkins line doing a fine job out there with Malgunas and Yeo.
Well, Asensa makes the save. Dobson has to do the same on the other end. That's the Karpov deflection in front. And Dobson got a piece of it. So we've had some good goaltending here tonight. We got a 2-0 hockey game. San Diego on top with 5:18 to play in the second period. The Arrows with more shots on goal. They've had 20 on Asensa, 15 on Dobson, and he's made 13 stops.
Face off to the left of Asensa. Arrows make a quick change. Harkins wins the draw, but Jakes couldn't hold the puck in, and he's back at center. Steve Jakes turning in the neutral zone, fired it into San Diego territory. It sends out of the net. He'll play it along the boards. Malgunas knocked it down, but couldn't control it, and it came back at center. Old Jakes just gave the old wash to Denny Lambert, no penalty. Now the puck at center. UB McDonough brings the puck in. Now we've got Yeo getting into it. He's gonna fight with DeSantis, and he's wailing away like Free Willy under the back of DeSantis. Holy smokes, DeSantis trying to fight back, and Mike Yeo is just introducing him to a series of right hands. Wow. Well, this is a kid, Russ Small, that fought with Chris LaPuma in Atlanta. Now everybody getting into it. We've got Malgunas and Drager. Malgunas knocks Drager down, so Drager in his second tilt, and you notice Jake's not really getting into it. I don't think he wants to get kicked out of this game.
Well, now Malgunas has two. He and Drager skate right near each other just to get one more word in there.
Well, some serious figuring out to come up here in the next next couple of minutes, and that gives us the time to do some business. 4:55 to go in the second period. Gulls lead at 2-0. We'll have more from the Summit after this. Well, it is starting to turn a wee bit physical here in the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small, and don't you just glove it? Some great action here.
Well, you know, the fans, they like a little bit of action of a different variety now and then, and they got some here with a couple of fights breaking out. One guy who avoided it was Steve Jakes, because he'd have been thrown out of the game. Jakes, however, involved in it from the get-go. He says, I can't fight again, or I'd be thrown out, but that doesn't mean I can't rip somebody's nose off. So he said, that wasn't a fight, that was just a nose rip. And that's kind of starting things. And then you got DeSantis and Yeo going at it, and eventually Dreger and Malgunas will go at it, and Mike Yeo going to be sent out for a little while. Gets a little pat in the back from our own Barry Warner, whose job, you've seen Barry on HSC between periods doing a lot of work. His job during the period is to wait for guys who are thrown out of the game and give them a pat on the back as they go to the locker room.
Yeah, stay with us in the second intermission. Barry Warner has been busy behind the scenes. He had a chance to chat with Wendy Tippett. Yes, the last name rings a bell. The wife of Dave Tippett. And we get a chance to chat with her. Right now they're still trying to sort everything
Yes, they
out.
are. Yes, they are. It looks to me, as we see Dave Tippett on the bench, he, like everybody else in the building, trying to figure out what they're going to call. Here it comes.
See if we can get the calls here.
For the San Diego Gulls.
To number 5, Mark DeSantis, 5 minutes for fighting. To number 27, Denny Lambert, a 10-minute misconduct. To number 23, Barry Dreger, 2 minutes for instigating, 5 minutes for fighting, and a game misconduct. To the Houston Aeros, to number 9, Todd Harkins, a 10-minute misconduct. To number 8, Mike Yeo, 5 minutes for fighting. And to number 28, Kevin Malgunas, 5 minutes for fighting. Time of all penalties.
Well, the Arrows are going to have a power play. That's the upshot of the whole thing.
Now Yeo should get 2 minutes for dominating. Well, the Arrows, that's one thing. We talked about it. They really own the fights, but the important thing is that score up on the board. San Diego 2, Houston nothing. And you know, as poorly in the offensive side of things, the Arrows have handled things in the second period. Two things. A, they're in this hockey game, only trailing 2-0 as we approach third period. And secondly, the defense has still played pretty well tonight.
Yeah, offensively, I thought they were better in the first period, much more so than in the second period. Although, what's the difference? They didn't score in the first, they haven't scored in the second. Then you don't get any credit for being a little better if you don't score. But it has not been a good offensive second period. They have time to make up for that. And the fact is, they're only down by the 2 goals that they allowed in the first period. And if you can get one here in the last 5 minutes of this second period, who knows what might happen in the third period. A very different third period outlook if you go into it 2-1 rather than 2-0. And they have a power play here, but Adam, the power play has not been good, and that's not speaking out of turn here. The power play has not been good.
So the Arrows will go on their 4th power play of the night. And a face-off to the right of Rob Dobson. The thing is, like we said, okay, they trailed 2-0. There's 4:55 left. A goal here, and things are really huge going into that third period.
Changes the whole complexion of things going into the third period. They got to concentrate, get something happening. They haven't even really tested a sense on the power play, let alone scored.
Face-off control by the Arrows, and now Townsend's in a foot race. Townsend fighting for it, but he couldn't find a teammate to get it to, and Lambert cleared it out at center. Now the Arrows are back. They've gone to Tippett and Shagarodsky on the points. Freer, Townsend, and Maurice up front. Here's Shagarodsky now. Reverses with a block. Up to the left side for Dave Tippett. Charging down the left side. Tippett booms one into San Diego territory. First one there is Freer. Freer trying to move it along the boards. In the corner, Graham Townsend in there wreaking a little havoc with that big frame of his. Townsend with a block. Cutting right in. Dropped it back for Maurice. Base of the right circle. Maurice now. The power play with 1:25 to go. And the man advantage. Maurice cuts it down. Freer behind the net. to center. It was knocked away, and the Arrows hold it in. Tippett sends it along the boards. Maurice has got it. Base of the right circle. San Diego territory. Puck to the left of goalie Bob Asenza. Now the puck to the line. Chargarotsky shooting. That hit Asenza with a left pad. Now it is Maurice again. Arrows moving it around pretty well here. Chargarotsky over to the left side. Tippett back to Oleg, who held it in barely at the blue line. Now for Tippett. The wrist shot right on. Bang away at it! And Asenza will cover up and hold on that puck, just sitting there saying, please put me in the net. And Asenza slams the door.
Just for a second, you could see the black rubber puck under that big glove. It came free, but he got the glove back down. Tippett at the point gets the shot away. It's on Asenza. He's looking for it. He covers it up. There it is. It comes free right in the crease. He gets the big pad out, and then he gets the glove down, and the play is over.
Face off to the left of Bob Asenza. 49 seconds remaining in the power play. And with 3:44 to go in the second period, Arrows trail 2-0. Here's Hackborn, Slivchenko, Chidoroni with Chargarotsky and Crowley. That guy right there, when called upon tonight, played very well.
Yep.
Bob Asenza. Hackborn to take the face-off against Huey McDonough. Top of the puck, and the Gulls have got it. But they say false start. They'll do it again. 48 seconds left in the penalty to Barry Drager. Hackborn to take the draw again. And 2-0 game in favor of San Diego. Drop of the puck. And the Arrows had it. Slivchenko control it. Trying to. Chidoroni got it back to line. Batted down Chargarotsky, but it came out in front. Danny Lambert will hoist that all the way down the ice. Now it is Rob Dobson. He'll lug the puck along the boards, but he fired it right to Ron Wilson. He centered it, and Dobson knocked it away. Now, here come the Arrows. Right wing boards at center. Chidoroni across the line with Slivchenko. Here is Chidoroni getting sent. Mario sends it back. Here's Chargarotsky, and the shot was blocked by McDonough and shot down the ice.
San Diego really has done a terrific job here tonight, Adam, of both forechecking the Arrows and of playing the neutral zone with the trap you talked about earlier, and just spacing properly in their defensive zone.
Now the Arrows bring it in. Crowley shooting, and it goes just wide. The Arrows were offsides, but they let play go on. Boy, Crowley looked like he was a step or two offsides. Now the shot right on Asenza. Marvelous save. And the puck is cleared, but not out. Held in Chargarotsky. The penalty is over. His drive way wide of the net, and we're going to get another penalty. It's going to be to the San Diego Gulls. It's played by Van Imp, and the Arrows will get another crack at it on the power play. I'll tell you what, Russ Small with 2:40 left in the second. The Arrows trailing 2-0. The power play looked very good with the first line with Freer and Townsend and Maurice.
Well, they're going to have to look very good again, and they're going to have to test the sense again. They're going to have to get one by them. I think they got Van Imp. Indeed, they did. And two quick power plays here. One ends, another starts with 2:40 to play in the period. It's Van Imp. They get him for a cross-check at 17:20. And so everything we said a moment ago about maybe getting a power play opportunity and getting one on goal, getting one in goal, getting it to 2-1 at the end of 2, just replay everything we said just before the last power play. It's the same case right now.
Face off in the circle to the right side of Bob Asenza. A couple of 22s to do it in the face-off circle. Clark Donatelli for San Diego. Mark Freer for Houston. Freer with Maurice and Townsend, Crowley, and Tippett defensively.
We've had over 100 minutes in penalties tonight. 57 for the Gulls, 47 for the Arrows.
Face off, controlled by the Arrows. Tippett, left point. He winds, he shoots. Asenza stopped it, and he'll cover up the rebound.
He's done that a lot too, Adam. That he's covered up the rebound, or, as was the case moments ago, if that rebound was loose for any length of time, he's had his defenseman out in front, making sure none of the Arrows can get to it. Off the face-off, back to the point. A lot of people screening in front. The shot on Asenza, and down he goes. He knows where that puck is, and he's going to cover it up.
Off the face-off, Arrows have it again. Tippett at a left point. Over to Ted Crowley. Crowley lobbed it down along for Mike Maurice. Here's Maurice to Crowley. Back to Maurice again. Arrows trying to cycle it down low. Crowley top of the slot. Line shoots. Oh, a toe save made by Asenza. Just got a toe on it. Maurice behind the net. 2-0 San Diego. Arrows look good on the power play here. Moving it around. Crowley to right point. He'll get set. Lobbed it down for Mark Freer. Right wing boards. Townsend is capped out right Asenza. Back to the line, Crowley. Ryan shoots, and a stick save made by Asenza. Freer dug it out in the corner. Freer shouldered off the puck, stays with it though. Graham Townsend lugs it along the boards. Right side, whacked in there and pumped along the boards by Larry DePalma. Now the puck along the boards again, and Freer has got it. Freer for Houston. 105 on the power play. Down low, a wraparound! Oh, wow! Asenza stopped it, and the Arrows couldn't corral a rebound, and the puck is clear.
Second time in the game, Mike Maurice has tried to bring it out front and wrap it around, stuff it home, but hasn't been able to do it.
Now tip it again across the line. Rolled it to Slivchenko. Vadim along the left side pulls up to Tippett. To Crowley now. Right point, right back for Tippett. Top of the slot. Now the shot deflected. Rebound! Mario Cinerone. Power play goal. And it's now a 2-1 hockey game. San Diego leads it.
If you do enough of the hard work, if you get it in the zone, set it up, start moving it around, once in a while the puck will bounce your way. It bounced Mario Cinerone's way, and he put it home. This thing just deflects right to him. And oh, so nicely he puts it home. A big, big goal. It's now 2-1 as Super Mario gets the Arrows on the board. It starts at the point with Tippett. He gets the shot. It is deflected, and coming down from the corner is Cinerone, and he puts it home.
Now let's see if that gains any momentum for the Arrows. Only trailing by a goal, and they finally get her on the power play. Kevin Grant, a pass missing Cinerone. Back is Darren Van Imp at center, but he handed it right back to Cinerone. Now the puck dumped in, Slivchenko in after it. Vadim beats his man to the puck, but Van Imp is there. Lobbed it along the boards, taken away by Hackborn. Now the puck along the boards as Hackborn gets an assist, and the Gulls will turn and fling it out at center. Now Cinerone knocks it away. Here's Mario to Hackborn for Slivchenko just behind him. Now the puck along the near side. Hackborn just flipped it behind him. Now the Gulls along the near side, and San Diego with 33 seconds will move it up and out of the zone. Pass at center, tipped away. Oh, Freer didn't quite see it. Now the Gulls turn it around. Here's Mark Buffet across the line, centered it through skates. And Kevin Grant in after it. Robinson has got it. Rob Robinson, right side, pass for Slivchenko, but he can't find the handle. Gulls hammered in with 13 seconds remaining in the second period. Huge, huge goal for Mario Cinerone. Now the puck for Freer at center. Gets it up to Cinerone. 5 seconds left in the period. He'll shoot it down, and after the Gulls, Marshall will play it, and that will do it. Well, it was a sluggish second period for the Houston Arrows, but when they needed to get a goal, they got it.
Hey, they won the first period, we won the second period. That's all. Let's see who wins the third.
All right, we'll be back with more for the Summit after this. 2-1 San Diego. Welcome back to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Ross Small. 2-1. San Diego leads it here in the second period intermission. And Dave Tippett got a big assist on Mario Cinerone's goal there late in that second period and drew the Arrows within one. But tell you what, sometimes it's the other side of things you don't look at. And Barry Warner had a chance to look at that other side, his better half. Wendy Tippett standing by with Barry Warner. Barry?
We're here with the Dave Tippett fan club. Wife Wendy and his lovely daughters. Wendy, what is this about the 1500th time that you sat in the stands and watch your husband go to work?
Yep, that's about right.
How difficult is it?
It's hard. It's hard when he's playing hurt, and it's hard when they fight. But other than that, it's kind of fun.
Do you kind of sit there and wince when you see your husband go into the corners in between a couple of guys with the dark jerseys?
Oh, I know he can take care of himself pretty well, and I'm sure they may look bigger, but he may have the butt end sticking out, and they're going to get what they want.
Are there times, though, when you get concerned when you see him getting up, or do you say, hey, Dave's a tough guy, he'll shake it off?
Yeah, he plays hurt a lot, and that's what concerns me the most, because I know that in 10 years it's going to be a tough life for him with, playing injured. So that's the hardest part.
What's the hardest thing for the girls when they sit there and watch Daddy?
Keep your eye on the puck at all times.
I would say about when they fight, because I don't like people when they fight.
What does Daddy say to you after he gets into a fight?
So will be taken from the building.
I don't know. He doesn't say anything.
He can take care of himself, right?
He can say anything.
What's your favorite thing, watching Daddy score a goal?
Yeah.
You have fun coming down to practice, don't you?
Yep. They're usually good luck for Dave. He usually scores when they're here, so we need a win tonight, I'll bring him.
Is Tipper superstitious?
He's not, but I'm very superstitious.
What do you do?
Oh, I park in the same place. I used to wear the same color nail polish. I mean, there were so many of them, I can't even list them. I thought it was all up to me.
Does Dave bring the game home?
Definitely. But I can tell what kind of mood he's going to be in by watching, so it's kind of easy for me to judge what's going to happen.
Now, your grandma and grandpa are watching in Minnesota. You want to say something to them?
Hi, Nani. Hi, Papa.
Natalie, can you say it?
Hi.
And say hi to everyone at the Dent Bar.
And we'll go from the ice of the Summit to Minnesota on satellite and back upstairs to the voice, Adam Gordon.
Thanks, guys. And, Dent, Minnesota will never be the same. There was Nicole and Natalie out there. This is just great. I appreciate your time there. What's this, fire on ice? Yes, we've got it all here. We've got a 2-1 game. San Diego leading it here in the second period intermission. And we'll take a look at the highlights of that second period when we return right after this. Welcome back to the Summit, everybody. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. It is a 2-1 hockey game here in the second period intermission. And, I'll tell you what, we talked about it. That was a big, big goal. And all of a sudden now the Arrows have a little bit of momentum going into that third period.
Well, they have a momentum, and all you need is one big play, and you're back even in the game. And I know it sounds kind of trite to say, hey, we only need one instead of two. It's only a 1-goal difference. But, boy, it's a large difference when you go into the third period down 1 versus down 2 and shut out on your home ice.
Avicens has been the difference in this hockey game as we take a look at the highlights.
He's made some terrific saves. As we developed earlier, we thought the Arrows had some good chances that they couldn't quite finish. But there was a good chance off the Crowley shot, and Mike Maurice in front. Essensa has made almost all the stops. Not quite, but almost. They come in, a little backhander off the off wing by Harkins, and he pays the price. A second shot comes up after Harkins is knocked down on the ice by Marshall. Essensa making the save. Tippett and Crowley play catch at the point. This is the 1 goal. Tippett finally lets it go. Hackborn in the slot deflects it to Chitteroni on the uncovered wing, and Chitteroni puts it home. Great job by Tippett, by Hackborn. Watch this deflection by Hackborn. Bing! Right to the off wing where nobody's covering Chitteroni. You can't even see him in that picture, but nobody's on him. And it was a perfect deflection by Hackborn, and Chitteroni put it into the open net.
Sometimes you wonder if that's one of those planned deflections.
It is now. I don't know if Lenny Hackborn would have told you at the time it was, but it sure was now, and it's 2-1.
Let's take a look at the second period stats. 20-7, the shots on goal.
Wow.
So at least the Arrows were getting some chances. 19 saves for Bob Essensa. Rob Dobson stopping all 7. Arrows go 1 for 4 on the power play in the period, 1 of 5 for the game. The goals, 0 for 3 on the power play in the period, 1 for 5 in the game. 9 penalties, 43 minutes for the Gulls, 8 penalties for 33 minutes for the Houston Arrows.
Don't let the 20 shots on goal really throw you. They weren't 20 great shots. Later in the period, they started to get a couple of good shots on Essensa, and he made some of the saves we told you about and showed you. I'll tell you what, if they get 20 shots on goal in the third period, the Arrows are going to win this game.
Good point. It's 2-1 San Diego here in the second period intermission, and we'll have more from the Summit after this. Welcome back to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. We're in the second period intermission. Our score, the Gulls leading by a score of 2-1. And it's been a pretty good hockey game. The Arrows with 20 shots on goal. But I'll tell you what, it's going to make for a wild third period. But with that in mind, let's take time out for good health.
Time Out for Good Health is presented by Columbia HCA Healthcare Corporation. A new commitment in healthcare together.
Early detection is one of the most critical factors in the battle against breast disease. Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Brown, a radiologist on the medical staff at Clear Lake Regional Medical Center. Today, I would like to speak about stereotactic needle core breast biopsies. This procedure is proving to be one of the most effective and relatively painless methods for the diagnosis of breast disease. Utilizing computer-assisted imaging and guidance, very small abnormalities in the breast can be localized and biopsied with a high degree of accuracy. This biopsy procedure is short with minimal recovery time. No scar or general anesthesia are involved. It's very accurate and sensitive. It has proven less expensive than open surgical biopsy and is performed on referral of the surgeon to ensure continuity of care for breast disease. Even with today's technology, most breast lumps are found by women themselves. If you have any symptoms or concerns, you should consult your physician immediately. Thank you for joining us for Time Out for Good Health.
Time Out for Good Health was presented by Columbia HCA Healthcare Corporation, a new commitment in healthcare together.
2-1, San Diego leads in the second period intermission, and we'll have the third period of action for you next, right after this. Welcome back to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small, 2-1. San Diego leading the Houston Aeros, but the third period coming up shortly. And we've got a little bit of time on our hands, so let us take a look at some two-colored T-shirts. There's Mark Freer's girlfriend, Anna Paraki, adjusting her two-color T-shirt. It's a heavyweight 100% cotton T-shirt. It is in contrasting team colors and features a full front Aeros embroidered logo. It's available in 3 sizes, medium, large, and extra large. This T-shirt makes a great gift for any Aeros fan at $24.95 plus $3.95 shipping and handling. To order, call 1-800-423-2121. 30-day money-back guarantee of satisfaction. So have your credit cards ready and call 1-800-423-2121. Ask for hockey, then ask for Aeroware.
Lots of Aeroware in the building tonight. That's one thing I tell you what, in this building on Aeros nights, you see as much licensed product, the hats and the T-shirts and the sweaters and everything as you do in any building in any sport. Everybody's wearing the Aero logo. It's such a hot logo and great colors.
You know, the Hockey News just came out with their top logos in hockey. And that includes the minor pro and the IHL and the AHL, all the minor leagues and the major leagues as well, the IHL included. Number 1, the Minnesota Moose.
Yeah, they've had a very popular one.
And then the Aeros, I think, were 9th, which surprised me. The logos that were up there, like the Rochester Americans, that's just, it's almost like the crest that the NHL has with some stars and red, white, and blue. I mean, it's a nice logo, but I mean, I'm sorry, maybe I'm a little biased, but I kind of like the Aero logo to be a little higher than that. The Admirals was one that was up there as well. Well, folks, you know, I get pretty wound up during a big game, and you know, when the game is over, I like to relax to the soothing sounds of the Houston Symphony. What's this? The Houston Symphony at a Houston Aeros hockey game? Yeah, that's right. On March 8th, the Aeros will be hosting the Fort Wayne Komets at 7 p.m. in the Summit, and the Houston Symphony will be providing the entertainment. The Houston Aeros and the Houston Symphony, the last time I saw a pair like this, I was in Las Vegas with a pair of aces. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll see you at the Summit, and hey, folks, this ain't the ballet. I only read them, Russ.
You write your own stuff, do you? And I'll say hello to some lovely ladies who handle the marketing chores for the Houston Symphony and just do a terrific job. Andrea and Ann and Mary Jane. Terrific people.
Have you been?
Of course. What do you think? I ain't got no culture?
I didn't mean that.
I have been several times to the Symphony, including their recent performance. I wish I could remember exactly what it was named, but it was music from the movies, some classic movies, and they showed the certain movie scenes up on the screen while recreating the music from those scenes, live at the Symphony, which was a lot of fun, and several other performances. And yes, I'm a cultured gentleman.
Well, the Symphony is on the 8th when the Fort Wayne Komets come to town. Let's take a look at some other upcoming games for the Aeros. Of course, tomorrow night, the Aeros and the Las Vegas Thunder. That's an 8 o'clock start, folks, not 7. 8 o'clock here from the Summit. Game that you'll hear on KNUZ. Also a game telecast on Paramount Channel 20. And, of course, the Fort Wayne game there at 7 o'clock on Wednesday. And then Friday, March 10th, the Indianapolis Ice making their only appearance to the Summit at 7 o'clock. So be sure to to get your tickets. Stop by any Ticketmaster outlet, the Summit box office, or the Aerodrome.
Well, we've got a 2-1 hockey game here. San Diego scored twice in the first period. Wilson from De Palma, and then De Palma. And then it was Mario Cinerone in the second period at 18:43. It was on a power play. So was the De Palma goal, by the way, on a power play. And so it's 2-1 in favor of San Diego. The Arrows have outshot the Gulls 30-16. But as has been the case all year long, outshooting the opponent has meant very little in an Arrows hockey game. They got 20 minutes to get even and then some, and here we go.
Off the face-off now, here's Rob Robinson. A pass to the right side for Kevin Grant. He'll fire it into San Diego territory. Along the boards, Van Impe cleared it out at center. Arrows have to hustle back. Here is Mike Maurice hustling back into his own zone with just underway here in the third period. Arrows need one to tie. Trailing 2-1. Robinson. Pass to Grant. He'll drift one at center, knocked down by Karpov. He's not the easiest guy to get a puck by. He's got incredible hands. The puck shot into San Diego territory. Asenza knocked it down. Van Impe rolled it along the boards for Karpov. They'll chip it off the boards. It'll go back down the ice. Icing indicated. Robinson's got to hustle back. He's got Buffet hustling back. Icing waved off. Now the Gulls turn it. Here is Yubi McDonough to Buffet, but he lost the puck, and Grant came firing in there, and now it is Maurice the other way for the Arrows. He'll bring the puck in, shoot it just wide of the net. Now the Gulls let it come up ice, but it's taken away by Slivchenko. Vadim centered it, but it was knocked away by Pat Neaton. And then Jakes kind of got the stick into Neaton, knocked him down, but play going on. Here comes Donatelli, work the puck back, the drive. And then Dobson makes the save and holds on.
Early third period, and the Arrows be trying to get even. We talked earlier, Adam, about the 3 victories for the Arrows over San Diego this year, all coming in shootouts, and that a very realistic possibility right now with this 1-goal game at the moment, and it's up to Rob Dobson to keep it that way. As his team tries to get even, he makes the big save and ties it up. He gets the face-off in the circle to his right.
He doesn't make that save. You folks at home may have had a crack at that one. Coming right at you. Face-off to the right of Dobson. Hackboard. Slivchenko, Cinerone. Shagarodsky and Jakes. Drop of the puck. Gulls have got it. Marshall, long wrist shot. Stick save made by Dobson. Turned around by Houston and out Cinerone. A pass blasted down the ice. Icing waved off, and the Gulls have to hustle back. Pat Neaton now. Neaton turns behind the net. Weaving up and out of his zone. Neaton carries a pass over to the right side. Lily Wine shoots high over the net. Now the puck takes a weird hop. It checked up in the circle, but Jakes played it away. But it was picked up by Donatelli. He centered it. But the Arrows turn and clear it at center. Slivchenko across for Cinerone. Moving in, a wrist shot, and sends it down to make the stick save. Pat Neaton for San Diego. Turning in his own zone, and he'll bring the puck out, roll it to the right side for Jason Marshall. 18:11 to go in the third in a 2-1 game. San Diego leads it. Puck shot in. Dobson gloved it. Now it's center ice. Cinerone overskated it, but here is Slivchenko across the line. Vadim trying to move in. He pulls the pass along. Here's Curtis Hunt shooting. That hits skates. Loose puck again. Hunt digs it out. Crowley, the drive deflected high and wide. Now it is Slivchenko again. Into the corner for Maurice. Mike Maurice, base of the right circle. Trying to cut in. He lost the puck. And San Diego will turn and hoist it out at center.
Too many individual moves. We've seen several guys trying to make a third, fourth, fifth move and just have the puck drop off their stick, losing the puck. Find a guy who's open, give it to him. Don't do too much individually.
Puck in Arrow territory. Here is Mike Yeo. He'll blast it off the boards, intercepted by Darren Van Impe. Trying to find De Palma. Worked away, and the Gulls back at their own blue line. De Palma shoveled it out at center, and Curtis Hunt is there. Hunt at his own blue line. A pass through the skates of Malgunas, and then Crowley fired it in. He was sandwiched by a pair of Gulls. Now the Gulls back, and Van Impe lobbed it ahead for Todd Gillingham, streaking down the left side. Gillingham across the line. He fended a pass. That was knocked away by Maurice, and the Arrows have to hustle up ice now. Here is Yeo through the neutral zone. Give it to Freer across the line. Malgunas. Malgunas sweeps it right in, and Freer redirected it wide. Yeo cuts in front. Yeo base of the right circle. This shot. Oh, hit the post. This Malgunas was down there, and he couldn't quite redirect it in there. And then De Palma comes in to knock him off, and play is whistled down. 2-1 San Diego, and we'll be back.
When you need an auto part, you don't need to search high and low.
78 T-Bart V8. In the driveway, busted water pump. 351 or 400.
I thought they both had the same pump.
He was going to go home and check his engine.
But that high-low guy had a good idea. Said I should take both pumps and just return the one that didn't fit.
He could get a water pump anywhere. What he needed was high-low.
What if I had size 14s? I'd lace them up Saturday so I could be ready to play by Sunday. And when I walked onto the court, people would stare at me like they just saw Sasquatch. I'd take the ball from them at the top of the key, take 2 tiny steps, and calmly slam it home.
Sorry, Charlie. James got the shoe, but let's see who's got the game.
Yeah, if I had size 14s, I'd crush more than just bugs.
Suns, Rockets, Tuesday night at 7, live on HSE.
At the Summit with Adam Gordon, I'm Russ Small. It's 2-1 San Diego, 16:43 to play. How close did this become to 2-2? That close, off the post. Mike Yeo from the circle gets it past Asensa, but the post is the goaltender's best friend. He goes in and off a skate.
I think I hit Ron Wilson's skate and the post.
Wilson's skate.
Well, face off to the right of Asensa. Top of the puck, and the Gulls have got it. Pat Neaton in behind the net. Watched by Graham Townsend. And the Gulls will turn it around with 3.5 gone in the third in a 2-1 game. Here's a pass at center. Buffet hands it up to Huey McDonough, but he rolled it into Aero territory. Territory quickly rejected. Now Townsend fired it into San Diego zone. Now Townsend's got it back. It took a weird hop off the corner. And the Gulls trying to clear. Karpov bumped by Kevin Grant. The Gulls turning Pat Neaton in his own zone. Again watched by Grant. Now San Diego moves it up ice. Here is Huey McDonough. He's out there with Valeri Karpov and Mark Buffet. Puck shot into Aero territory. Dobson came out to play it away. He was run into by Buffet, but the Arrows were able to clear it out at center. Dan Lambert. San Diego shoots the puck in. Dobson slows behind the net. Here is Rob Robinson. Handed over to Mario Chitteroni. Barreling down the right side. A pass at center. Misses everybody. And Mark DeSantis is back. And here come the Gulls. McDonough across the line. McDonough trying to shake the check loose at Chitteroni. Chitteroni staying with him. Popped him into the boards. Now the puck free. Karpov has it in the corner. Topped away by Kevin Grant. The Arrows come away with it. Hackborn. A long lead pass. Misses Robinson. And the Gulls trying to move it ahead. Chitteroni at center. Now for Jakes. Shot it into San Diego territory. DeSantis along the boards for Dan Lambert. Cleared to the line, and here comes Clark Donatelli with John Lilly across the line. Donatelli trying to make his move. He centered a pass, but Shagarodsky cleared it. Up the boards, Hackborn has it. Len Hackborn, a pass for Shagarodsky. Across the line with Slivchenko. Oleg pulls up now. Centered, and Yo came firing down there. Now Jakes the drive. Oop, a little too much loft on that. Now the Gulls, DeSantis at center. They'll shoot it into Aero territory. Jakes have to hustle back. Maxim Pet's in there to have a look at it. Bumped along the boards, and Jakes couldn't clear it. Came down low, but Shagarodsky is there. Oleg sets up behind the net now. Shagarodsky to Hackborn at center, just missing Slivchenko. Here is John Lilly. Right it into Aero territory with 14:32 to go in the third. Gulls leading 2-1. But the Arrows have had a couple of chances here in this third period. Now Slivchenko, right side, chopped away by Van Imp. And the Arrows are back. Shagarodsky lifting in behind the net now as he'll move it up ice. Oleg Shagarodsky gently rolls a pass, misses everybody. He just waited and waited and then fired it right to Darren Van Imp, and the Gulls are offsides. And now Van Imp gives a little hook to Jakes. Gillingham comes in there, and Jakes his 2 cents worth and then backs off.
In a one-goal hockey game here, I would be very surprised, Adam, if this third period is as physical as the second period was. We had fights, we had a lot of power play opportunities. I just don't think either side wants to get into that kind of a third period here in a 2-1 game. Cincinnati beat Chicago tonight 6-2. Cleveland over Detroit 6-5. Indianapolis and Peoria are tied at 3 after 2 periods in Indy. Minnesota is tied at Kansas City 2 apiece after 2. Denver leads at Phoenix 2-1 after 1. Fort Wayne and Milwaukee are tied at 5 after 2. Kalamazoo and Las Vegas are scoreless in the first period. Here 2-1 San Diego, just over 14 minutes to play.
Puck is in Aero territory. Ted Crowley steers one over to Curtis Hunt. Now back Crowley right side. It goes into San Diego territory. Jason Marshall cleared to the line, out at center, and now Ron Wilson off to the races. Right in, he centered a pass. Here's the shot. Oh, Dobson looked behind him, but he made the save. Oh, he makes everybody a little nervous. He had the puck, and then he kind of looked behind him and goes, ooh, did that get by me? But no, he held on.
That was a good opportunity for San Diego. Curtis Hunt got caught way up ice. He's trailing the play, the defenseman, as the Gulls bring it into the zone. And a little backhander. Dobson grabs it. There he's looking behind him. And boy, is he happy he doesn't see anything. He's thrilled not to see anything behind him. They fake the shot. They move it to the middle. The backhander on goal. And Dobson's looking for it. He finds it and covers up.
Face off to the left of Dobson. There he is. Quietly, pretty good game himself. Hasn't faced nearly the shots that Bob Asenza has, but the shots he's faced have been quality ones like that. Blast score! Jason Marshall. And it's 3-1 San Diego.
Well, Marshall just blasts it. That's the second time they've scored from out just inside the blue line. De Palma did that late in the first period, and Dobson never saw it. Marshall just blasts this one. This is bang, bang, right off the draw. He doesn't think about it. He doesn't worry about it. He doesn't look around. He lets it fly. And he just beats Dobson cleanly to the stick side, and it's 3-1. Big, big goal for the San Diego Gulls, coming at 6:16 of the third period.
So now the Arrows have got to go to work, trailing by 2. Freer, Maurice, Townsend with Grant and Robinson.
Don't say any more nice things about Rob Dobson, will you? You jinxed him out of that one.
Now in center, the Arrows trying to bring it back. It goes into San Diego territory. Van Imp cleared it out at center. Evan Grant, he'll fire it into San Diego territory. Now it is Freer, rolled off his stick, but it did not matter. The Arrows are offsides.
Remember Ron Wilson, who almost got his skate in position to deflect a Mike Yeo shot into the goal earlier in this period? A shot that might have tied this game up. Well, Wilson's the guy who gets an assist on the Marshall goal. 10,272 in attendance here tonight, and they would like to get their guys going here in the third period. Speaking of thirds, the Arrows are third in the league in overall attendance. Detroit having a fantastic season. Denver, and then the Arrows, Chicago behind the Arrows. With some good crowds, Arrows have a chance to catch Denver for second overall in attendance. And certainly we're expecting attendance figures to at least stay as high as they are, and maybe even climb a little higher as we head down the stretch and into the playoff season. And you folks here in Houston have been rewarded already with next year's IHL All-Star Game, and that'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun watching Mr. Gillingham go to the penalty box.
Kevin Graham makes his way for Houston, and I think we'll just get coincidental minors here. And that goal by San Diego now gives them a 3-1 lead with 13:28 to go here in the third.
Well, the Arrows had their work cut out for them, of course. In that they trail by 2, it is 3-1 in favor of the Gulls. A lot of time left in this game, however. Grant and Gillingham each 10 minutes.
Oh, 10-2. Yeah. So Freer, Maurice, Townsend with Robinson and Jakes. Top of the puck, and the Arrows have got it. Robinson turning it center. He'll bring it across the line and in after it, but Darren Van Imp is there for San Diego. Cleared it off the glass. It's back at center. Steve Jakes rolled it over now for Mike Maurice. For Freer, hits the line. Freer down the left side, bumped by Lambert. Now Townsend's got it. Graham Townsend to the line for Robinson. Rolled it along the boards behind the net. Freer and Maurice fighting for it between themselves, but Freer's got it. Mark Freer in the corner. Freer chopped it down. Townsend's in there. He was tackled by Van Imp. Now it is picked up by Hubie McDonough. Shot to the line and out at center, and here is Beaufait. Beaufait 2-on-1 with McDonough. Beaufait to McDonough. Here's a Sidney and Dobson. Oh, great save. Reached out with the right hand and swept it away with a stick. Now into the corner, Beaufait. He's checked by Townsend. Into the corner, Rob Robinson locks up his man in the corner, and Todd Harkins comes away. Harkins at center. Harkins through the neutral zone. Hits the line. Right in a shot. And Asenza makes the save and holds on, and we'll take time out. 12:24 to go in the third, and the Gulls lead it 3-1.
12:24 to play in a hockey game. It is 3-1 San Diego. Almost 4-1, you bet it was. Through center ice they come in. It's a 2-on-1, only Robinson back. McDonough's inside. He flips the backhander and swept away by the big goal stick of Rob Dobson. Here in this third period, a 2-1 advantage percentage-wise for the Gulls. 6 to the Arrows, 3 shots on goal. Arrows still have more shots in the game, but they trail 3-1.
Off the face-off now, the Gulls have the puck. Here is Valeri Karpov, chipped it to the line, not out. Held in Crowley, the drive, blocked in front, never made it to Asenza. And now the Gulls at center. Karpov shakes the check, right in on goal. Penalty coming up to Curtis Hunt. Lilly shooting. Dobson stopped it, and we'll get the whistle. And Curtis Hunt is going to go off as he got the hook in there to Valeri Karpov.
Well, Hunt had to do something. It was, Crowley had him lined up for the check. I mean, he had him lined up. Karpov dead square in his sights, and he misses the check. Here comes Crowley, and he gets nothing on him. He had him dead square in the sights, and he comes in and he wants to put him out of his misery, and he gets nothing on him, and Hunt has to tackle him. Look at that. He just never quite got the check away, and Karpov's still skating, and Crowley's down on the ice. Ted just not a good check there, and Hunt had to come back and save the play. Then Dobson has to make the save, and it's a hooking call on Curtis Hunt, and it's a power play for the Gulls.
6th power play of the night for San Diego. Face off to the left of Rob Dobson. McDonough with Buffet, Lilly, Dan Lambert, and Darren Van Impe. 8 minutes gone in the third. Curtis Hunt in the blocks for the third minor tonight. Face off, controlled by San Diego. McDonough back to the line for Lambert. Chipped it high in the air. It'll bounce down for Buffet. Now gives to McDonough. Cuts in with a shot. And that just cranked wide of the net. Now the puck in the corner. Here is Mark Buffet again. Hands it over to McDonough. He'll be back to the line for Lambert. Wide shoots. Dobson stopped it. Rebound out in front. And the Arrows Robinson worked it out at center. 1:38 remaining in the power play for San Diego. Darren Van Impe, left side. Pass for Lilly. Goes into Arrow territory. Crowley cannot clear it. Now into the corner. Crowley, and they're fighting for it. It came back to the line. Here is Dan Lambert. Winds. A nice poke check by Smachenko to get over there and tip it up and out of play with 1:20 left in the power play. 11:27 to go in the third. 3-1 San Diego.
Can you say shorthanded? That wouldn't be a bad idea right now. If you get the break, go for it. The winner of the Joe Garagiola lookalike contest here in the Summit tonight. Oh, wow. Look at that. Side of the net shot. Those side of the net shots always look, wow, were they close. But the goaltender has the goal covered, the angle taken away, and just because it hit the side of the net means it not even a shot on goal wasn't going to go in.
I was just trying to make it exciting, Russ.
Yeah.
Puck goes down the ice.
Here is San Diego. Dan Lambert now with 11:18 to go in this third period. 3-1 Gulls. And they're on the power play. Donatelli across the line with Denny Lambert, and Lambert is offside. 11:10 to go in the third, and a 3-1 San Diego lead.
Tell you what, the start of a 4-game homestand here tonight. It continues tomorrow night with Las Vegas. That should be a great game. Perhaps as physical as it has been tonight. It's been very physical, not as much in this third period, but we suspected that everybody was going to have to play a little hockey this period, not take a chance and give any other guy too many power plays. The first couple of periods very physical, and probably more of the same tomorrow night with Vegas.
Yeah, I think that'll be a very physical game. Vegas likes to pound you. Puck shot down the ice, and the Gulls will go back. They've got 55 remaining on the power play. Larry DePalma chipped it out at center. Dave tip it back to try and pry it loose. Donatelli fighting for it. Now the puck at center, and Jakes goes back into his own zone. Here is Oleg Shagarovsky on the boards for Tippett. He'll turn it up ice, bank one to Freer. Freer trying to cut in. He pulled up, couldn't get the shot away, but now Shagarovsky will give it a go. Oleg cutting behind the net. He's centered it, but it went right to Denny Lambert. Now Lambert in his own zone. He'll drift to the near side with 10.5 to go in the third in a 3-1 hockey game. A left side pass at center. Van Imp back to Denny Lambert across the Aero blue line. Maurice kicked it right to Van Imp. Van Imp cuts right in with a shot. That is blocked. Now it is De Palma. Chipped it down for Van Imp. Takes a hop for Robinson. He's in there fighting for it, but Donatelli fished it loose. To the line, Van Imp, a bouncing shot deflected just wide by Denny Lambert. Now the corner, Lambert for Donatelli. The penalty over team 5 aside. Donatelli, left wing board, skating away from Chitteroni. Puck picked up, centered, knocked away, and the Arrows come to center. Nope, they can't. Chitteroni lost it. Now the Arrows back. Jakes to Rob Robinson. Rolled it at center, it goes into San Diego territory. No icing as the Gulls played it. Dan Lambert. He'll turn up the left side for Ron Wilson to Valeri Karpov. His pass picked loose by the Arrows' Steve Jakes. Now the Gulls, Lilly lobbed it into Arrow territory. Houston hustling back through his punt, reversed it to Crowley. Up for Yo, left wing. And his pass at center just missing Graham Townsend. 9.5 to go in the third, and the Gulls with a 2-goal lead, 3-1. Lilly across the line, gives it to Karpov, cutting in. Dobson stacked the pads, and out is Mike Maurice. Maurice, he'll play the puck. Roll it up the right side for Townsend, and it was rejected by Dan Lambert, and the puck goes down the ice. 9:04 to go in a 3-1 game. San Diego leads it. Todd Harkins at center, charging down the right side. Ooh, big hip check by Danny Lambert, and they're going to call a penalty as Townsend goes in, and he comes up pushing with Lambert. Harkins in there as well, and there's going to be some sorting out going on here as everybody getting locked up, and we will take time out. 8:53 to go in the third. San Diego leads at 3-1.
Where do you go when you want to have fun?
I'm out on the course every chance I get.
I play soccer and Little League and basketball and football.
I go fishing with my grandson.
But first, we go to Oshman Super Sports.
Where I can try all the newest clubs right here in the store.
This store is bigger than Lake Travis.
One store has all the fun. Oshman Super Sports.
Like a Texas storm, you can hear the rumble in the distance. It's coming at you, and it's bigger than ever. It's Truck Month, and your Texas Ford dealer is rolling out the best deals of the year. You'll find big cash rebates, low financing, even huge option package savings on the totally redesigned Explorer. Don't miss your chance to strike a deal on the best-selling trucks in Texas. Truck Month at your Texas Ford dealer. It'll take you by storm.
Welcome back to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small tripping. Call to Dan Lambert, and watch the stick on Todd Harkins coming up right here as he crosses the line.
Gives him a pretty good hit, but there's the stick first. The stick in the skates. That's really why Harkins went down.
That's nice we have replay. Up here we thought it was a pretty good hip check.
It looked like a beautiful hip check here, but Harkins was already prone on the ice by the time that hip really got into the play. He disguised it, the trip, real well, but he didn't fool anybody wearing a striped shirt.
Face off to the left of Bob Asenza. Arrows, if they can score on the power play, they're back within one. They scored last time. Here is Tippett. He winds, he shoots. Asenza with the save, and he'll hold on to it. The quintessential Asenza with a nice stop.
Lots of time left in this hockey game, and a big opportunity here for the Arrows on the power play. They move it around well. They get to Tippett left side. He gets the shot away. Asenza the save. Remember you talked earlier about guys playing the off wing or the off shot at the blue line. Right now, two left-handed shots playing the blue line.
Top of the puck. Harkins has it in the corner. Harkins along the boards. Give it to Freer. Mark Freer back to the line for Dave Tippett. Here is Shargorodsky. The shot right on Asenza. Stopped it. Rebound. And McDonough will clear it.
Good job by the Gulls. Sense of the first save. That rebound was there, but the Gulls had everybody tied up. Gotta just give them credit once in a while.
Here is Shargorodsky at center for Freer. Hits the line with Harkins. Freer cutting down. Now circles back. Has the puck to Maurice. He lost it. Ron Wilson will skate it up. Out at center for Hubie McDonough. Across the arrow line. McDonough cutting in. He will shot. Dobson stopped at the rebound. And Dobson stopped that Ron Wilson shot. Now, Shagarodsky. Pass to Dave Tippett at center ice. He'll hand it over to Harkins. He's right in. The shot. Stop, rebound. Hammered wide by Hackborn. He had Asenza down and out, and he hammered it wide. Now it is Tippett. Over now to Crowley. Worked it for Hackborn. Back to the line. Crowley fakes the shot. Now lets it fly. Asenza the glove save, and he'll hold on. 45 seconds left in the Dan Lambert minor. 7:37 to go in the third. 3-1 San Diego.
Couple of great opportunities. Hackborn coming in, trying to finish up a play. And he fires it wide. Then at the very end, it was Crowley's shot up high. Big save by Dobson, and a second big save by Rob Dobson on one end of the ice, and at the other end, Harkins breaking in, gets the backhander on Asenza, kicks it out. Hackborn comes in, the backhander, oh, he just can't quite get it turned on goal, and it sails a little bit wide. 3-1 still, San Diego, 7:37 to play.
Face off to the left of Bob Asenza. And let's see, Hackborn with Chitteroni, Slivchenko, Crowley and Jakes. Top of the puck, Crowley. Hold it to Slivchenko. Vadim, right wing board to the hash marks now. He gets set as he pulls up. Now Jakes kind of looming in front as the Arrows kind of stay back with one defenseman. But now Slivchenko to Crowley. Back to Slivchenko. Winds, shoots, cranked it off the post. And the rebound kicks out to Ron Wilson. Wilson across the line now. Pulls up right side. And he'll scoop it along. He was pounded by Jakes. And Crowley will take it away. I'll tell you what, Ron Wilson has a goal and an assist, but he's got my vote for one of the top stars with the way he's penalty killed as well tonight. He's had a great game for San Diego. Now the goals. It is McDonough. He'll shoot it down the ice. Arrows go back. Power play over. Teams at equal strength. Five aside. Here is Slivchenko. Moving it down the right side across the line. Springs Harkins. Shoots. And Asenza kicked that out over the right pad. Bob Asenza's been unbelievable tonight. Here is Clark Donatelli. Pat Neaton lets a shot go that ricocheted wide of the net. Now into the corner. Harry DePalma centered it, but it was blocked by Shagarodsky, and he'll turn in his own zone. Oleg Shagarodsky at center across the line. Oleg barreling in with a shot. Save made by Asenza. He'll hold on with 6:17 to go in the third. 3-1 San Diego.
That almost fooled Asenza a little bit. He almost came drifting over to this side and couldn't quite reach back. Shagarodsky goes to the circle and gets the shot to the far side, and you see he's got to really reach out for that. And almost fooled him. 6:17 to play. 3-1 San Diego. Slivchenko moments ago to Harkins, and his shot stopped by Asenza. And boy, I tell you what, the puck hasn't bounced the Arrows' way too many times tonight. When there's been a rebound loose out front, as that one was after the Harkins shot, the Arrows just haven't been able to get to it and knock it home. But some nights are like that.
Face off to the right of Asenza. Here is Mike Yeo. He'll turn left side in the San Diego zone. Trying to center it, but Asenza poked it away, but Shagarodsky's got it. The shot. And what do we got a whistle for? Is the net loose? Or we got
two penalties coming up.
Getting into it, one of the Gulls. Mike Yeo's in there as well. You meet the kid, Mike Yeo. Quiet, kind of laid back, and you'd never picture him a fighter. But he showed Mark DeSantis that he is. But he can play this game too, offensively.
Well, that's the part of his game we'd like to see now, because the Arrows need a couple of goals to get this thing to a shootout. They trail 3-1.
Here's a guy that sat out 6 games, Mike Yeo. You see Harkins going to the box now, but Mike Yeo sat out 6 games. Returned to the lineup last night with the injury to Scott Arneal. He was immediately put on his line with Tippett and Freer. Played very, very well. He got his chance tonight, but Terry Ruskowski has been kind of forced to kind of juggle his lines a little bit. Yeah, how are you? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. How are you? Oh, good. Anyway, they were forced to juggle the lines, and Mike Yeo now has found himself with actually a pretty good combination. He's playing with Malgunas, and he was playing with Maurice earlier. Now we've got Donatelli and Harkins each going into the box. So we'll go 4-on-4 now for a couple of minutes. 6:08 to go in the third. 3-1 San Diego. Yo to take the draw against Ron Wilson. Face-off in the circle to the right side of Bob Asenza. Drop of the puck. Yo wins it, trying to move it in with a shot, but Dan Lambert is there. Get it over to Darren Van Impe, and now at center. Here is Ron Wilson at center ice. In over the Aero blue line. Wilson circles back to a left point. Now centered. Here's Van Impe cutting in. Van Impe right in on goal. The stuff shot, and he fired it wide, and we're going to get a penalty. Interference. And the Aeros are going to be shorthanded.
Opportunity for San Diego. Van Impe takes it in from the circle, makes a great move, and he thinks he should score right here. Puts it behind Dobson, through the crease and out the other side, and is he happy? No, he isn't. That face doesn't tell you I'm not happy. I don't know what will. Look at it. Oh, puts it off the post and through the crease. Off the post and through the crease, and he's more than a little perturbed.
Now it's, pardon me, it's a San Diego penalty.
Number 8, John Lilly. 2 minutes for
John Lilly is in the box.
Time of the penalty.
So the Aeros are going to get a power play 4-on-3. Pardon me.
14:09.
So Freer talking with Crowley, Shargorodsky, and Maurice. And we'll get a look at the penalty here again. Watch Lilly on the far side. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There, he's clearing the way out front.
So now the Aeros will get a crack at it on the power play. 4-on-3 for 2 minutes. Actually, for 1:43 and then 17 seconds, 5-on-4. Aeros can't come up with a puck, though, off the face-off. It's back in their own goal. Here's Oleg Shargorodsky, a pass to the right side. Mark Freer trying to chip it over. It was swatted away by the Gulls and right back down the ice. Now it is Crowley. Turning in his own zone. Crowley to the right side, weaving at center. Give it over to Shargorodsky across the line. Oleg getting set now as he's got Crowley at a point, but he's going to play the puck. Now he's got Crowley. Crowley wants to reverse with Shargorodsky. Give it over to Maurice, getting set. Faking is Maurice, now cutting back to the line. Shargorodsky winds, fakes. Crowley right over Maurice, cutting in with his shot, and he couldn't get control of the puck. But the Aeros still on it. Boy, that was a nice play. Freer to Shargorodsky. Do you try it again? Let's see. Oleg to Freer. Can't find the handle. Van Impe is there to Dan Lambert, and down the ice it goes.
A couple of really great passes on his power play. One from Crowley to Maurice that he couldn't handle, and this one to Freer that he couldn't handle from Shargorodsky.
Now Slivchenko tossed it back to the line, and Crowley can't hold it in.
That was not one of their best passes.
Here is Ted Crowley at his own blue line. A pass to the right side for Chitteroni. He pulls up, getting set. Here is Slivchenko now. Vadim to Crowley. Back to Vadim. Getting set. Now, wrist shot just fired it wide of the net. Crowley trying to hold it in. He's got it in left point. Ted Crowley over to Shargorodsky. Down for Slivchenko, back for Oleg. Here's Crowley winding, shooting, and a great glove save by Asenza.
Looks like it's going to be just one of those nights. I mean, Adam, that was their best power play so far. That's been their best power play of the night. It's a 4-on-3. There's plenty of room on the ice. They've moved it around well. Crowley gets this shot away, goes high glove side, and look how Asenza reaches out and grabs it. But those earlier passes were great setups. They really have moved the puck well in this power play. They've moved it around. They've looked for the shot. They've gotten the shot away. They just can't score. They've got 17 seconds left on this power play and 4:08 left in the game, and they trail by 2.
Face off to the right of Bob Asenza. Hackborn, Tippett, and Slivchenko with Robinson and Jakes. Heroes need a couple, though, to tie. 17 remaining on the power play. And Hackborn has the puck back to Robinson. A shot. Ooh, changed direction, but Asenza got it. Now trying to fall on top of it. He will. And falling on top of him is Dave Tippett.
The time has come, I think, where you have to take some chances. You got to go for it. You need 2. If you lose 4-1, doesn't matter. If you were going to lose 3-1, 4-1, losing is losing. Doesn't matter how many you score by. So if you got a chance, you're going to have to take the chance. You're going to have to go after it. You need 2.
Hackborn again against UB McDonough to the right of Asenza. Hackborn, he wins the draw. Here is Robinson now, cutting it back to the slot. Jakes over to Slivchenko. Power play down to 5 seconds. Slivchenko tossed it down, a stuff shot, score! It was Hackborn or Tippett. It went off, I think, Dave Tippett, but it's a power play goal, and the Arrows are within one. It's 3-2.
Hackborn makes the play coming out from the corner. Does he just stuff it home, or does it get deflected by Tippett out in front? I don't rightly care. It's 3-2. That's the important thing. Play made from the point to the circle. They're setting it up now. It goes down low to Hackborn. He comes out, sends it in front. It hits somebody. I'm not sure that it's Tippett.
I think Hackborn's going to get it. I think it went off of Senza.
It may have gone off of Senza, then up top side. It is Hackborn. And it'll be from Slivchenko and Jakes.
Power play goal. So the Arrows have two power plays. Two power play goals. That one came at the 1:59 mark of that power play. Now the puck at center. Here is Yo. Arrows trail by one. All of a sudden, you know, the complexion has turned again.
Yep.
Now the puck along the boards. Yo digs it out, chopped away. San Diego cleared, not out. Here is a chance. Jakes moving down the right side. The shot right on us. Sends it a stick save. Yo, base of the right circle, getting set. Cuts it in. Centering pass is blocked. And the Gulls clear it at center. Mark Buffet. They'll move it up the right side and pop it into Arrow territory with 3:08 to go. Now it makes pulling Dobson again do it a little easier. Slivchenko lost the puck. Jakes is back. Steve Jakes, he went without the puck. Hustling back is Hackborn, though, and he swings it out at center for Slivchenko. Now it is Jakes to Tippett across the line. Tippett kind of barreling on goal, and Lily's got him all locked up. Here's Dave Tippett in the corner, trying to move skate to skate. And wow, Donatelli, a pretty good cross check on Slivchenko. Play going on. Crowley, line, shoots. That hit Tippett in front. I don't think it ever made it to a Senza. And the Gulls clear it. Shagarodsky with 2.5 to go. Gave it away, though, to De Palma. Rolled it into Arrow territory. Shagarodsky to Dave Tippett. Fired it into San Diego territory. Neaton is back. Banked it off the board. It's intercepted. Crowley the drive. Hit the crossbar. Oh, Crowley had a Senza beaten. Now Hackborn shoots, and Marshall got in front of it. The Arrows have come to life, but they found the post twice here late in the third. Lilly hits the line, shoots it in, and out of the net it is Rob Dobson. Give it to Shagarodsky. Here come the Houston Arrows now. Chitteroni moving down the right side. Mario across the line, trying to make his move around Lambert. Maurice has got it. Mike Maurice cutting behind. Lets the backhander go! And Asenza makes the save, and we take time out. 1.5 to go. 3-2 San Diego. We'll be back.
Show me a guy who's looking this good, and I'll show you a guy who reads Men's Fitness magazine. For workouts that really work. For great tasting foods that keep you energized. For ways to make your sex life sizzle. For updates on state-of-the-art gear. Subscribe now, and you'll also get this free video revealing the best workouts, the right equipment, secrets of the pros, and much more. The video is yours free with your paid subscription to Men's Fitness. 1 full year, 12 great issues for just $19.97. That's $22 off the cover price, a savings of over 50%. There's no risk. Cancel anytime for a refund and still keep the video.
So call now, 1-800-552-9339. That's 1-800-552-9339.
Along with Russ Small, Adam Gordon with you. 1:39 left. Russ, crossbar post. Watch this shot by Ted Crowley.
Crowley can really shoot. He's had some opportunities to do so tonight. Now, the one thing I think he needs to do is he clangs that one. I think he's got to keep his shots down a little lower. He said, no, I'm serious. He's had a couple of shots here that have gone over the net. A couple that have been so high they're hitting people up near the chest. You don't get the kind of deflections you need. That was a great shot, but it was on the rise. If he keeps a little lower, he may put that one in.
Freer, Chitteroni, Townsend, Maurice, Crowley, and Shagarodsky. 1:39 to go. Dobson to the bench. Top of the puck. And the Gulls have got it. Well, you need to win that draw. Here is a puck to the line. Crowley held it in. Spanked it along the boards. Lambert, he'll try it again to clear. Shagarodsky held it in. Here's Maurice. Down low. Chitteroni fighting for it. He's got it behind the net. Centered! Oh, wow. That just about snuck in there as Essenza covered up.
Good job by Generoni. Didn't quite get it out front where somebody could bang it home, but almost tried to stuff it in off Essenza himself. Maurice sends it down behind the goal. Good job by Generoni to come up with it. Starts out front and backhands it out front. You see Freer and others trying to get to it. But a good job by Essenza. He puts that skate right up against the post and won't move it. And then gets the rest of his body over there.
Face off to the right of Essenza, drop of the puck, and again the goals win the draw. And again they'll pound it along the boards. And again they can't clear it as Shargorodsky held it in. Puck scooped away. Maurice has got it. Long shot just goes wide of the net. Now the puck for Townsend in the corner. Fished out by Generoni. Center the shot. Great save by Essenza. Puck shot down the ice. It will be icing. But Bob Essenza may have just won the game with a save like that.
Well, there's still almost a minute left. Mike Maurice, whom he robbed, has got to be shaking his head. Mike has had a couple of good chances tonight. Started way back in the first period for Mike Maurice with chances. But Essenza has had his number 24, all night long.
Ace off to the left of Bob Essenza, and it's time for the Southwest Airlines play of the game. And watch this. This is maybe the one that could have won it for the San Diego Gulls. If this score stays the same, I don't think Maurice could do anything better than there. It was just Essenza ready to make the save.
Got himself in position, took the centering pass, got it on goal. What a guy's making 45 saves as Bob Essenza has tonight. Well, you got to really do something to beat him.
Freer, Harkins, Tippett, Slivchenko with Crowley and Shargorodsky. Face off to the left of Essenza. 58 seconds left. Lots of time. Lots of time. Top of the puck. And a false start. The Arrows in the last two key face-offs lost. They need to win one cleanly here, maybe try and set up their play.
Oddly enough, they lost the face-off, but ended up getting to the puck and getting it set up in the zone and getting good shots.
Here again against Hubie McDonough. Again to the left of Essenza. And I think because of a false start, they're going to adjust the clock here. Like 6/10 ticked off or something like that. Well, I was keeping track with my Timex.
Yeah, the net is empty down the other end. We'll keep track of that.
Crowd trying to get them going. Well, maybe they're not going to adjust the clock. I mean, 6/10 don't mean anything. I don't know what they were adjusting. All right, Freer against McDonough. Top of the puck. Freer wins it. It's controlled by the Arrows. Shargorodsky to Crowley. A one-time shot. He fanned on it. Ron Wilson will bank it out at center. Back to Shargorodsky at his own blue line now. Arrows have to hustle up ice to try and get it into the zone. Crowley turns it up. Harkins, a pass for Slivchenko across the line. He went without the puck. And the Arrows have got to go back. 39 seconds to go. Down by a goal at 3-2. Crowley. A long pass at center. Brought in by Tippett. Chipped it down. Harkins rolled it to Slivchenko. The Arrows with 28 seconds have it. Slivchenko behind that center. Bang away on it! Oh, and Essenza is down again.
Oh, I think he had it the whole time. I think the Arrows go in, start banging away, but I think he's got it in his sights and then covered up through most of that banging away. Slivchenko brings it behind the net. He centers it out in front. Tippett's trying to bang away at it, but Essenza's got it covered up. He's got the big glove down on him. They took 2 or 3 more swipes at him, but he was pretty cool there. He knew he had it.
Again, Freer, Tippett, Harkins, Slivchenko, Crowley, Shargorodsky. Face off to the left of Essenza. Now, Terry Ruskowski wants a timeout. Not only, I think, to diagram a play as much as just give these guys a little rest.
Well, he's got to have his best people, his best puck handlers, best shooters, best scorers. Tippett, Harkins, Freer, Shargorodsky, Ted Crowley. Crowley's the guy with that big booming shot. They would love to be able to win the face-off clean at him, get it back to the point, get Crowley the shot, and have everybody else go to the net for a screen, a deflection, a rebound. He's the guy they'd like to have shooting with Tippett and Harkins and Freer all going to the net.
All right, Arrows' next telecast coming up on HSC will be on March 18th, Saturday night at 7 o'clock. The Kansas City Blades coming into town to take on the Houston Arrows. In fact, that's a weekend of two. Friday night, the Blades come into play, and then Saturday night they'll be back in as well. But this will be a game you will see on HSC.
Well, we've had a good one here tonight. The Arrows, their 3 wins in 5 meetings with San Diego this year have come in shootouts. They'd like to make it 4 out of 6 the same way. They need a goal in the final 24.4 to get it to a shootout.
Face off to the left of Bob Asenza. Freer to take the draw against Hughie McDonough. He's got Graham Townsend out there, but again, Freer loses the draw. It's controlled by San Diego, and it's picked up by Lambert and spanked down the ice toward the empty net, but it goes wide. Wilson speeding in after it. He's in there with Crowley, and the puck is turned around as icing is the call.
Well, it's a very important call and a very important foot race won by the Arrows to force the icing. And 11.8 seconds again. It's time enough if Mark Freer can win a face-off clean. I think clearly again the play will be to try to get it to Crowley. Everybody go to the net, get a shot away, and keep your fingers crossed.
So face-off to the left of Bob Asenza. And I think Harkins is going to take the draw here.
That tells you something. Mark has not been able to win the draws tonight when needed, so they'll try somebody else.
Face off to the left of Asenza. Harkins against McDonough. And Harkins wins it. Here's Shagorodsky. The shot hit his skate and goes wide. Enough for a rush, but unfortunately the goals have taken it. They'll clear it up the boards. Shoot it toward the empty net. It's wide, but that'll do it as the buzzer will sound and this hockey game is over. Well, it wasn't without a valiant effort tonight, Russ, in the waning moments of that third period. The goals hang on for a 3-2 win.
Asenza was tough. It was an uphill battle all the way. They did battle. They did fight back. They didn't have their best game with them tonight, the Arrows, but they had enough heart to keep going after it right to the final ticks off that clock. But ultimately, they drop one here at home to San Diego, 3-2.
And when we return, we'll have more from the Summit after this. 3-2 San Diego.